How much of it?
I am a little puppet, the cutest on the internet.
It's so hot. It's so hot outside. I'm dying. I can't sweat.
The day star is melting the right side of my face.
I can't sweat. I'm a dog. I can only pant. I have no.
Your paws sweat.
I have no. My paws sweat.
Yes.
My paws are sweating.
And your nose sweats.
My nose is sweating. What else? What else sweats?
I'm not going back there.
Your butthole sweats.
Yay! My butthole's sweating. No, it's so hot outside.
Less
I
than
can't handle it.
1 minute. Less than 1 minute. And we start talking about buttholes.
That's a record.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm
Mark
not
that.
acknowledging him. I'm not acknowledging him.
Don't acknowledge him, but we can go and show him. We're gonna say hi to our friends in the Chaos Lounge real quick. They are here. Oh, I gotta turn on
We
the.
can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
They can't hear us.
Seattle's awesome, but expensive.
Well, a little bit.
Fred,
Not
you're
against
smelly.
Phoenix.
They can't hear us.
Seattle's more expensive though.
Fred, you smell like
Audio's
bear.
real low. It's about. The audio's about 30% of what it normally sounds like right now.
I didn't. Okay, how about now?
And the stream is actually buffering.
That's the threshold.
Maximize it at this point. It's still about 30% what it was.
It's a fucking oven, and it will be for another month. And then after
What changed?
down, it'll look a lot
Oh,
better.
we got settings.
I don't know.
Settings to
And
fix.
the video's way
Hey, there's
behind.
VR chat.
Oh boy, everything's going to hell.
Podcast.
Where they're
Please
trying to
hold.
figure out what's-
We also had some buffering issues.
Everyone,
So we
chill
hear you.
out.
It's just very,
We're gonna
it's very
be
subdued.
okay.
Is it a Twitch setting
We hear
as
them,
opposed
Fred.
to
It's
a
just very
broadcast
subdued.
setting?
I mean, I've got the volume.
I think it's a broadcast.
Oh boy.
Are you on the broadcast or are
And
you
I
doing?
think your video's messed up. I think your video might be messed up too.
The frame rate is on a little bit lower. Maybe it's just me.
Okay, so to summarize, the video in the lounge from studio cameras is about 30 to 40% of what it normally is. And we do have a video buffering issue, both on Twitch and inside Lounge.
There we go. Just kidding. Hey, it's a pigeon. Hello, pigeon. Hey.
All right, I think we got it. How do we sound now? Okay, better?
No.
No?
What?
Please hold. We're getting things
I
fixed.
think it's on the.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think it's on the broadcast side, not the VR chat side.
And the video's really messed up here on my end.
Vin, can you hear us okay? Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us okay.
Dead Nelly! Dead Nelly!
Vin, can you hear us?
Nelly!
Vin's son, Mike, Mink?
Oh, I'm gonna try to get in the
Sorry, yes. I hear everybody perfectly.
Okay, good.
I don't have mics, just couldn't see.
This is our first 5 minutes of chaos until we actually get all the settings set up. It's a live show. What are you gonna do, right? We'll figure it out.
Talk to them.
Hi there. We'll just talk amongst each other. All right, we have two great special guests with us tonight, Cy Sable and Vincent Mink. It is so good that you're both here. And we will introduce you guys, and we're going to learn a lot more about you. And we're thankful that you are here on this very, very nationally hot weekend.
Hello.
I hope everyone's staying cool.
Yep.
It is very hot.
It is 73. It's 73 degrees in my bedroom. It's fine.
So, Cy Sable, say hello to us. Let's get the mic check.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
We hear you great.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
and
it took a long time for Zoom to update for some reason.
that's fair. You're a lot more technically advanced than a lot of people are, so don't worry too much about it. Now, Vincent Mink, how do you want to...
Did it get louder in the channel just now? Did it get louder?
Louder, but the quality got much worse.
Okay, the quality's going to go downhill every single time we show.
Laptop mic. You're on. I think you're on your laptop.
We hear you better.
He sounds like he's in a bathroom 5 rooms away.
He is in a bathroom.
Imagine if I was.
Michelle.
I wish I was. I wish I was. I got to hold it for 4 hours. So, Vincent Mink, how do you wish to be like addressed? Is it Vin? Is it Son? Or is it Mink?
You can just say Vincent or you can say Rodney.
Oh, like Vincent almost?
Almost like Vincent. Yes, it's based on. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Geek warning. Geek warning. It's based on Mustela Vizon, which is the mink.
Okay.
Get it?
So Vincent. So almost like Vincent, Vincent. Okay, we'll explain all this when our volume comes back up.
No worries.
Coming in for the again.
And my other half there is sitting about 50 feet away from me in our extremely fan-friendly living room.
Your other half, were you in a horrible buzzsaw accident? Oh!
No.
Don't you hate that? Too soon? Too soon.
Too soon. Now he's next to me. That's cool.
It was a horrible magic trick accident where you were split in half, and now your other half is following you around, which is good.
Sounds like a novel. Dibs.
All right, we're almost there. We're getting ready.
Actually, it sounds like a bad Netflix movie.
So while we get things set up here, I'll kind of give you guys a little cue on. We're going to play some games tonight. We're going to do some interviews, learn about you both. We're going to do something called a dating game where you're going to be asking just general questions to the audience. And the Chaos Lounge will basically move forward. Of course, you're not obligated to date anybody, but it's up to you. See what happens, you know. But it's just for fun. It's just for fun. We're going to get to learn each other. We'll be playing some other games like Never Have I Ever.
This. Resist this.
I'm not resisting it. Get over here, you. Hold on. I'm not resisting it. Give me some. I get dog slobber.
Oh boy. Thunder is rolling around right now outside.
Uh-oh.
Love and thunder is outside. I hope we might lose power. Just be aware. We have some bad storms running in.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're in the Central Florida areas where our studios and some of our staff are, and there are some really red, purple, and white radar things that are kind of rolling towards us right now. It went from yellow to red, and then now it went purple and white. So there's like some super intense storms coming.
Sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
Did the volume get louder in the VRK Chaos Lounge?
I want to try. My no stretch as far as you're having a lot of fun.
Poor Azure. Closet, you gonna be all right?
Living up to its name.
Is that Closet scream laughing? Who's in hysterical laughter right now?
Are you guys hearing us?
Is that Closet?
We hear you, but it's like it's like a 5 when you're storming on a 10.
Someone grabbing this.
Grab him with my
Anyway.
Don't give us fun. Don't give
And
up.
we're having video.
There's something wrong with your face.
Oh, let's
I am at max. I don't know why I can't do this. There's nothing I can do with this.
None of us can do anything.
Yes.
Well, you might just have to stand right here. You might just have to stand right here.
Do people have the
Look, Gary, there.
earmuffs on? Because that puts us away too.
Gary, there.
They have earmuffs on.
with his face.
Yeah, it's something different. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Doesn't
Something
affect
different.
world volume.
Yeah, this is something different. I don't know.
He's Squidward. He's Squidward. You're Squidward.
And the video's kind of messed up, buffering heavily.
You need to know about. I'll be back. I'm gonna actually go get Tylenol now. I'll be right back.
I know it's happening.
Well, you might just stand at the edge of the game board, maybe, and we hear you from there. Well, no.
You know, I'm wondering if the world I had a bunch of udon errors when I was trying to upload. I wonder if it broke the microphone thingy.
Oh, the global sound?
Yeah.
The broadcast may be maybe. To deal with it with a stand at the edge of the game board, we'll hear you from there. The bigger thing is the video. That's not the issue.
Looks like a glitch where you can stretch out his face.
Who are these coupons on the screen?
Mario's face and then fucking thing gets corrupted. That's what it looks like right there.
My ears over in the mirror.
Stand at the game board, we'll hear you.
I just made it up as loud as I can go now.
You're creating
Can you write 11 on the volume mixer and turn it to 11?
I did put 11.
My voice is a little bit scratchy today.
It is 11 now.
Use my falsetto today.
I think that.
I think the world crashed. The world upload crashed.
I don't know.
I don't know what to say.
Well, will they be able to hear this on the upload? This part here?
Yeah.
Okay. So then this will be part of an up. We've had this problem once before. But we do get a lot of people that watch the show, of course, via recording. So we will just run.
We watch it on the download.
Watch it on the download.
It's not was the down low, like down here.
Let's
the
go
down
on
low.
the down low.
All right. Well, Yappy's going to continue to fix it. We might have to do some repeats, but till then, let's go ahead and just run as if nothing's going horribly wrong.
Because nothing is.
Nothing
This is our This is normal.
Cy Sable, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Rodney, where'd you get your cool background?
It's a Zoom option. It's
a wallpaper.
Yeah, it's a wallpaper you can put on. But I like your background. I think our living room is a cool display.
Yes, there it is.
We might ask you around your living room. It seems like you've got some fun toys.
This is the living room of the Prancing Skill Tear, which is the house where we live with some of our friends and my other partner, Changa Husky.
Nice.
We've been living here since 1983, and this is the house where the furry fandom got going.
Really?
Because this is where we planned all of the conventions, starting with Conference Zero, which we started planning in 1988. It happened in 1989. And we continued having meetings here every month, right up through the last conference in 2003.
Okay.
And then the first Califer, and 17 years of Califer. Before it got unfortunately shut down by the alt-right.
Oh.
And so yeah, we have monthly parties to replace the planning meetings. We've been doing since 2005 when our friends down the street, Rick and Tess, were having a general fan party every month that the furries kind of took over. So when they moved to Washington for a job change, we said, okay, we'll make our planning meetings into parties, which we did.
Okay.
300 people at one point in our house.
Now that's a party. What could go horribly wrong?
That's a fire hazard.
In our house.
And your house is out there.
In our backyard and down the street to the In-N-Out Burger.
I do remember a house party in California I was at one time, and the party was hopping and everybody was dancing, and the jacks that were under the house collapsed.
Ooh!
And the living room suddenly sunk. And somebody had to go underneath there with car jacks and try to jack the house back up.
Ooh, we didn't do that, thankfully. No.
Oh, well, then you didn't do it right, because that's a party.
Yeah, yes.
That's the way to party right there. You break the house. That's a house party. And the roof was on fire, too, wasn't it? Wasn't the roof on fire?
Oh,
The place is on fire.
Nice. I love you guys already. So before all this wonderful chaos has happened, what did you do for furry enjoyment before the first convention? What was out there for you to kind of like, you know what, I need my fix. Where do you go for it?
Oh my gosh, comic book shops. God love comic book shops. God love science. There were science fiction bookstores.
Okay.
There were literally bookstores that specialized, which is where I found out about a science fiction convention, dragged my high school science fiction club to the local convention, and long story short, there was furry art in the art show made by this guy.
Oh, he's on your other side for us.
Yeah, he's on facing your left.
There you go.
Okay, this guy. Yes.
Well, that's kind of fun. Well,
you bet.
What were some of your favorite comics at that point? What were you looking to collect?
Oh my gosh. Well, it was a little before Rocket Raccoon showed up, which was in the mid 80s. Turtles. Turtles started back then. And this guy introduced me to Albedo. I mean, everybody's got to know about Albedo. Everybody bow at the feet of Steve Galacci, you know, the first furry guy. And a lot of the people, that's when Stan Sakai got started with Nilsson Ground Thumper before he started up with this little thing called Usagi Yojimbo.
Right.
And, Vicky Wyman created Xanadu.
And the ever-changing palettes, yes.
And that came later. And of
the
course,
fanzine.
Reed Waller came along and gave us Omaha the Cat Dancer, and it was like, okay, the world's done. So yeah, we knew a lot of these people back. We knew a lot of these people back before they were anybody, and so we were in fanzines together for the internet on paper, mailing back and forth across the world, and we said, people say, here's this new idea I'm sketching, and the next thing you know, they're making movies for Netflix, kind of, well, not the next thing, several decades, but hey, everything's relative.
Nice. I remember some of the early pre-furry comics that I was collecting. Of course, Omaha the Cat Dancer, and then we had Space Arc. Loved Space Arc.
Yes.
Yes. Also,
Space Arc. Oh no, not Space Arc. Space Beaver. I'm sorry. There was one called Space Beaver.
Yep.
And the guy who did Space Beaver got known. That was an underground thing, but he went on to create this thing called Transmetropolitan that just took over the frickin' world. It's not furry at all.
Oh yeah, I love that.
So
I love those graphic novels.
whenever I'm doing this, I'm live.
Now, do you remember another one called Mike Cazala's Captain Jack?
Yep.
Love that one.
Mike's a friend of ours. We've known him for years and years and years.
Yeah, I've had a chance to talk to him a couple of times. Wonderful person and an amazing talent.
Interesting piece of trivia that points to Mike Cazala. The person that helps with our Chaos Lounge, Fuma named his character after a sound effect in a Captain Jack episode, which we have yet to re-identify. But there's a laser beam that's being shot, and the thing goes, Fuma, Fuma, Fuma. And we're trying to figure out which episode of Captain Jack has a laser beam, the laser gun saying Fuma, Fuma, Fuma. So you can ask Mike, which one is it?
In the comic book Cutie Honey, by a gentleman who just passed away, at one point they're flying over a bunch of volcanoes, and the volcanoes go boop boop a doop.
Please don't say it was Betty Boop. No Betty Boop. No Betty Boop.
So a lot of these early comics were stuff that was mainstream but was very attractive to people who loved anthropomorphic animals. When did things actually start getting more targeted towards that target market?
Omaha the Cat Dancer, Albedo.
Gotcha.
That kicked open the door. Okay.
That was
Omaha,
the start.
of course, was underground, and then it kind of got lifted out of underground about the same time that the black and white explosion happened, mainly caused by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and comic conventions became a thing, and all of a sudden comics were considered literature, and they were given awards and everything, and they were alternative lifestyle, and so yeah, that sort of happened right around that time.
So let me tell you,
conventions are really common now, but they didn't used to exist.
I remember Omaha actually being one of those comics they had to ask about. They were behind the counter. They weren't out in the general area. They were like hidden away, and you had to ask for it.
Well, that was along with, of course, before it all, we had Fritz the Cat.
Right.
Which, I don't know if anyone's ever going to consider what's his name to be a furry, but that was a furry comic. And so
you mean R. Crumb?
R. Crumb, thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody who says that there used to be this super clean thing called Funny Animal Comics before the furries came along and sexualized it, let's show them Fritz the Cat.
Well, he was just a dark individual in general. So,
yes, he was.
I wouldn't necessarily blame furry for that, but yeah, he was just they had a whole film based about him, and you can just see his whole life was not the normal situation by any means, but he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah. Well, I've met a lot of just plain underground comic people, in my life, and a lot of them are perfectly fine people, but when they get a pen, oh my gosh. Things get creepy.
Well, that was kind of the same thing with Dan DeCarlo. He was the creator of Josie and the Pussycats.
Yes.
And Dan was actually very well known right after World War II for his pinup art, which is how Josie actually got created based on his wife. But yeah, pinup art and other more risque artwork, if we want to call it that. It's always been around there.
There was this whole area of fandom called good girl art. That was specifically what it was called. It was pinup art and nose art off of fighter planes and all this stuff. You know, what's his name? Vargas, I think. And all those people, and doing the barbarian girl pinups and all of that stuff. Boris and all of those people, that's all called good girl art. And so furry, when it came along, just kind of jumped on that, and it's like, hey, do the good girls have to be human?
So let's kind of jump forward just a little bit. And then we'll jump backward. I want to ask your opinion. So, based on what you've seen, going from the 1980s to now, where things have moved and evolved and changed, and things are just very different. Not just because of the advent of the internet, but based on generational differences, their attitude differences in general. What do you think is the best thing that has come from the furry fandom going to where it is now? And what's something that you really are not happy with, or something that you wish could have gone a different direction? So what's the best thing and you think the worst thing?
Ooh, you first, Cy.
Oh, okay. Well, certainly the best thing is the art community. Originally, we had artists who were cartoonists who intended to get into professional cartooning. They came to the conventions to basically network with each other and hang out with each other. And there were these fans that Rod and I let in that they really couldn't figure out what they were for, because they weren't helping them with their career. But they drew for them in their black sketchbooks. And long about 84, 85, something changed. And one of the people responsible for that was the artist Ken Sample. He had been drawing really cool female furry pinups, and then he would caricature himself and his friends reacting to them. All of a sudden, we got a piece of artwork from him of a really cool female furry pinup with this extremely cute cougar guy reacting to the pinup instead of a caricature of himself. And we said, who's this cougar guy? He goes, oh, just somebody I drew. I go, it looks an awful lot like you. Wears the same clothes, has the same hairstyle. So we started calling it Ken Cougar. And it turned out that at that point, there was a sea change, and people stopped just appreciating anthro art, and they actually wanted to be anthro characters. This was before the term persona existed. But all of a sudden, you had people coming to conventions, instead of saying, draw me one of your sexy pinups in my sketchbook, it's draw me in my sketchbook. Draw my character, and he's an elephant, or he's a rhinoceros, or he's a kangaroo. Draw my character. And a lot of the artists couldn't really see this as a way of improving their careers, but it didn't matter, because a whole bunch of other people started drawing, and they were perfectly fine with drawing characters for them. And suddenly, this art community exploded, and this art economy happened, and art was what it was all about. Back then, people were making, original art, which sold in art shows. And then finally, when printing got cheap enough and good enough, selling prints or selling copies on CDs, and then the internet happened. And now you can, be a furry artist and have hundreds of clients and make a living at it without ever going anywhere. You're just in your house with your computer, and you're selling art.
So you think the availability, like the openness and availability, would probably be one of the biggest improvements from then to now?
Yeah, and also the fact that we decided that we didn't just like anthro animals, we were going to be anthro animals.
Okay.
And this meant that we weren't relying on anybody else's IP. We didn't have to draw Disney characters. We didn't have to draw Nintendo characters. We didn't have to draw, Saturday morning characters. We were drawing us. We were drawing each other.
And that definitely made things easier for you for people on a legal basis too.
Certainly.
Yeah, less copyright infringements.
You got to remember, the very first online art gallery for furry art that I can remember was called VCL, which ended up with the initials, the Vixen Control Library, but that wasn't originally what it was called. Anyway, the only stipulation they had for content at a gallery was no copyrighted characters. So you had thousands of pictures by hundreds of artists of original characters.
Excuse me. Well, that's great. And what do you think is something that you wish had gone a different direction? Something that it's evolved in a way you didn't expect, and you think it could have been better going a different direction, something you're not as happy with.
I wish there had not been people, and there weren't too many, luckily, that decided that people who made their own characters up, wanted to buy art, get fursuits or whatever, weren't targets for bullying.
Okay, yep, I remember that.
And that basically people who were LGBT and out about it, actually would go to the conventions and hug each other, whatever. These few people wanted these people out of the fandom. And what this created was, on the internet and on the pre-internet, it created essentially little groups of people making up stuff about the fandom, about anything involved with the fandom, and generally creating an anti-furry sentiment that flooded the internet and everything else.
Now, was that about the time that the term lifestyler started showing up?
Yes, lifestyler was considered a slam back then. It's like, you're supposed to appreciate this stuff. You're not supposed to play Let's Pretend. That's for 5-year-olds.
Hence why cosplay is so uncool, right?
Yeah.
Because cosplayers are just so bad.
Yeah, well, science fiction fandom, which is the template that Rodney and I used to create our convention, costumes were always the thing.
Yep.
Even furry ones, early fursuits were showing up at science fiction conventions in the 70s. So
they were.
The problem is this small amount of people, some of them are still around, and they're still doing the same stuff.
Well, we don't have to listen to them, do we?
We don't.
We can just ignore. Yeah, we can just ignore them.
A lot of young people who want attention, who want to be cool, listen to this and go, "Oh, yeah, you're right. There's this dark side of the fandom that has to be eliminated." And they get on Twitter, and now they're called Puritans.
Yeah.
Yes. And I always thought it's funny because these are the same guys that are talking about we can't have any adult art because minors might see it, and yet they turn around and go, "And I'm submissive and breedable."
Well, we just won't listen to them. Let everybody do their. Everybody will do that.
And then you had the burn furs that came about that were trying to be the Puritans of the mid '90s.
Yeah, but interestingly enough, the burn furs was not started by those kind of people. It was started by a serious artist who went to Hollywood to get a job, was a furry fan, and got treated terribly. Not really because she was a furry fan, but because she was, oh my God, a woman.
Scandal.
Oh my goodness.
How dare she be a woman?
She decided that the reason she couldn't get work and other people couldn't get work in Hollywood was because they were involved with this furry fandom that had a black name. So since they didn't want to get out of the fandom, they decided we have to clean it up. So we're gonna try to get rid of people in the fandom who are creating this adult artwork and make people understand that's not what it's all about.
Artwork in general, throughout the years, artwork in general has basically existed copacetically between what we would call general audience and what would be called more mature audience. They've always lived side by side, going all the way back to Greece and Roman times or Egyptian times.
Can I jump on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me give you my Rodney's old analogy. I call it the newsstand.
Yeah.
Okay. For those of you who've lived in big enough cities to have newsstands, you go to a newsstand and what do you got? Down at that end, you've got, highlights for children and Ranger Rick and all that stuff. Down at that end, behind the guy who runs the place, you've got Playboy and Hustler and Penthouse. And all through the middle, you've got, Better Homes and Gardens and Time and Newsweek and Rolling Stone and all this other stuff. And they're all in the same stand and no one cares.
Right.
As long as that stuff's over there and that stuff's over there and there's all this stuff in the middle. Okay. That's furry fandom.
Well, it's kind of like there was a little kerfluffle, not to use a fuffly term, but there was a kerfluffle recently about some people that didn't think anybody under a certain age should see the statue of David.
Yeah.
And that's been an eternal argument. And it's it's actually considered one of the greatest pieces of art in human history. And you have a problem with it because of the fact that it's not wearing any clothing.
Yes, and you can go to the Sistine Chapel and look up and see God touching a guy's finger, and the guy you can see his pee-pee.
Right. But yeah, it's like art is
ceiling of a church.
Yes, art in general has been a catch-all for places that like to, want to moralize. Because it's visual, and I think that's the thing is they want to find anything visual that they can latch onto to create a problem, as opposed to saying, okay, well, people are people. You wouldn't be here if there wasn't a sexual encounter somewhere. It's kind of natural. It happens,
unless they were created in the lab,
or God's finger touched them and they existed. But
right,
exactly.
That's something that in the fandom that people like talk about furry porn or in the old days YIF, and it's kind of comical the way they use the term porn. I don't consider it porn because if it's art, it's art. So that means it's erotic art or it's art with an adult theme. Porn is actual people having sex in movies, in illustrated things,
right.
But that's art too.
Yep.
So probably don't use the term porn.
I always said that porn is what you call erotica you don't like.
Yeah.
Now that's actually very wise. That's a wise statement right there, and very true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me jump on or if I may, the question that you asked about the good bad.
Yes. Okay. So what do you think is good, and what do you think is something you'd like to see that are done differently?
Okay. Kind of dovetailing from the things that he was talking about. The burn furs and whatever else. This is the good thing. The burn furs and whatever else got this sort of thing going out there that the statement was Hollywood doesn't like furry fans. Of course, what we eventually found out is Hollywood doesn't like fans because fans tend to care about canon and the bean counters don't. It's like, if they want to change this character to a woman because it makes more demographic sense, do it. Fans are like, so Hollywood doesn't like fans for that reason. But the saying was Hollywood doesn't like furry fans. And I said to myself and a lot of other people, hey, okay, if it is true that Hollywood does not like furry fans, then for our own survival, we have no choice but to take it over. Guess what?
Which is happening.
Have you seen Netflix lately?
Yeah.
Okay. What's happened? What's happened is we now have actual Hollywood executives who grew up at furry conventions, and they now have jobs giving the green light or not to stuff at Hollywood studios. So guess what? Suddenly furry content is hip. All right. So
that's the good.
That's the good. Yeah.
Okay. Now what do you wish would have gone in a different direction?
Well, it's a funny thing because it's a lot of things are a double-edged sword. The whole persona thing and moving away from IP towards OCs. I see a lot of that and I understand a lot of that. But old fart me, old-fashioned fan me, I still miss sitting around the room and geeking with people about the IP. I mean, I joke at people, but it's 100% true. People say, why did you start this furry fandom thing? I said, so we could sit around and have a discussion about who's sexier, Miss Bianca or Lieutenant Maress, and not get arrested. So I haven't abandoned the IP. I mean, I understand not drawing it, there's all that stuff, but just sitting around and talking about the IP, and there's a lot of the younger furs are like, nah, we don't want to talk about that, we want to talk about our OCs and what we're doing in the latest game campaign. Cool. But I'd still like to talk about Disney stuff, DreamWorks stuff.
Well, there's lots and lots of what they call Rule 34 in the mundane world, and what we just consider erotic art that involves characters that are in fact copyrighted. That's not going to ever stop. I just want to finish my thought quickly before we go on. Yeah. So this Burn Furs group, it was started by this lady who wanted to get a job in Hollywood.
Hold on 1 second. We're gonna pop the VR lounge real quick. I think we have an update.
We're testing some new settings. Sorry.
Fuma, did that work?
Yes.
Okay, everybody rejoin the world.
Oh, we have to rejoin the world.
Oh wow, we're getting really bad.
Rejoin the world through camera. Rejoin the world through the cameraman.
Oh wow, I'm getting very bad. I might have to rejoin too.
We're getting distortions like crazy.
Yeah, I gotta rejoin.
It's okay. But you can probably turn down your broadcast volume down to normal.
The Twitter stream keeps going down for me.
Rejoin the world through the cameraman.
Okay, so we're rejoining
3 times.
Woohoo! Okay, we're getting it fixed.
He got it fixed.
Okay, so that's taking care of that part. And hold on, I think we're still doing some testing, but please don't lose your train of thought where you were at. And we are hoping
They're at Rule 34.
that is better. Don't lose your train of thought. We're still a little bit gargly. We are hoping.
They're at Rule 34.
I heard like it's better.
No, I think
hear you normal.
Yeah, but somebody is feeding back into us in a weird way. No, I think
if you go back to the perch, you might not hear them.
Feeding back into us in a weird way. Yeah, I'm getting a feed. Oh, I know what it is. Hold on. World volume needs to be turned off.
Only professionals can manage this.
It was the audio from the.
Oh, it was that.
Okay.
World.
Okay.
Hold on.
Are we still good?
Are we back to abnormal?
We're good.
If it sounds good in the lounge, jump up and down.
Yeah, everybody has to rejoin.
All right. Yes.
It's been fixed.
All right.
It was a VR chat build thing.
Yeah. All right, we are back in action.
All right. So we were talking about IPOC discussions and such.
Well, he was talking about more about the Burn Furs.
Trying to finish up the Burn Furs thing. So basically, after the small group got going, a bunch of people jumped into the group and changed the entire concept to, we need to get rid of all these gays that Rodney and Mark invited to conference. If we get rid of all the gays, that'll clean up the fandom perfectly. Not recognizing the fact that the people who came to our convention were furries that happened to be gay.
Right.
And a lot of the creators were not straight either. So now we have a fandom that's like 80% not straight, according to the people who study the fandom, the first science people.
Wow, Fur Demons subscribe for like ever.
And 22% trans, where the national average is 2%. And there's still these people going, yeah, we got to get the gays out.
That's really cool. Now, Hollywood has definitely gotten a lot more liberal these days. As a matter of fact, it's almost exclusively liberal. So do you think it's a little easier now overall, in today's market, to be furry or to kind of express yourself?
100%.
There you go.
Unless it's easier to get the stuff in front of people with YouTube and whatever else, which is why we've got amateur animators that are like kicking the studios in the butt look at Vivzy Pop, for crying out loud. I mean,
Oh yeah,
you
we
know,
actually do want to highlight some of that as we get closer and closer to the release of it. When does that come out? Does anyone know?
Oh, you mean the next?
I'm sorry. I'm thinking something different. I'm thinking of that steampunky one.
Has been.
Not has been. There's something else that's coming out now. They're doing a lot of trailers, but we'll talk about that. Well, we'll find out what it is.
Okay.
There's characters dancing back and forth. It's really popular. So we'll figure it out. But anyways, continue. I didn't mean to derail.
No. I was just saying, Vivzy Pop is, a sign of what you can do, and so, and boy, is that furry. So.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go back to the very beginning of the concept of furry, you've got people who like animal characters. They liked them when they were children, and then when they hit high school, amazingly enough, they still like them. And this is always going to be a minority. It isn't a situation where you can take somebody and turn them into a furry. Rodney and I believe that people are born with whatever the heck it is that makes people like these characters so much. And so they're going to be, we're all going to be in this group that the rest of the world won't understand. But in most cases, they don't care that we like this stuff. It's only a small amount of people within the fandom that are trying to make it seem like everybody else in the world hates us.
In a lot of cases, when you go, like if you go to, say, Anthrocon, and they shut down city streets, and people from the city are coming in and they're asking questions and they're talking and trying to figure out, hey, what is this? And they walk away with a very positive thing, saying, wow, this is cool because you're individuals, or wow, this is cool because you're doing something I've never seen before. That kind of exposure is also something I think that's kind of valuable, because again, it's not a matter of
in general have become more positively looked upon, because people have realized, there's maybe some things that I'm a little more crazy about than the next guy. So I guess it's okay for other people to have things that they really, really like.
Well, the reason why I brought this up was during the block party, because I was walking around during the block party, and there was a guy in a rat costume who has a wrestler character. So he was decked out with a championship wrestling belt, a pair of wrestling trunks, and he has like abs sculpted into the suit. And he's just walking around, and this woman leans over to her husband, and he goes, I hate to tell you this, but he's way sexier than you are. And like I said, it was a very cute moment, because they were enjoying something that was obviously very fantasy related. It was very fictional. It was not something that was going to do anything involved with their marriage. But she's able to laugh at the fact that she actually finds something really attractive, and she's laughing about it with her husband. So, like I said, to me, it was a very fun moment just seeing and hearing that.
I'll take you back before for fandom, back in the science fiction convention days. This guy, Ken Sample did a picture of one of Cy's skill tears and a character from his novel that he was working on cuddled up together with the guy naked, and it just so happened that he happened to make the guy look an awful lot like Cy. And Cy and Ken put this up in an art show at a science fiction convention, not a furry con, a science fiction convention.
Actually, it was a comic art display.
You're right, it was a comic art display.
Hosted by Comic-Con. And I happened to be there looking at people watching the art. And there are two guys, and one guy's like staring at this piece of art with this, animal cuddled up with this guy naked. And he just says, half under his breath, well, I wish I were that guy.
Nice.
Have you seen some of these German commercials on TV for like aftershave? Where there's like this sexy panther, and then there's a human guy right up behind him going,
Oh,
there's
Orangina, anybody?
The Orangina ads.
Now, of course, we've got the European comics like Black Sad who go there a lot, but it's for a mature audience because it's an intelligent story on top of everything else, but it is very based in that universe of the characters. So it definitely is. It's been everywhere. But one thing I wanted to kind of share with you and get your thoughts on. A few years ago, I was reflecting back on some of my old comics, some of my old Captain Jacks and whatnot, and I was reminded, you see a lot of the squabbling going on Twitter and all of the social medias today, the arguments going back and forth. And then I was reading back in the back of the comics, there was always something called letters to the editor, where people would basically write letters on furry things, funny animal things, and their little thoughts and opinions. And then 2 months later, there would be a reply back from somebody else. And I'm like, this is like the world's slowest chat rooms. It's the same arguments going on back then, but at a massive lag. What do you think about how those conversations to today's conversations have been progressing?
The only thing that's changed is speed. You're absolutely right.
It's the same argument, the same exact, like verbatim. The only thing, this is pre-internet. This was their internet. The back of the comics and the letters to the editor was the chat rooms, was the conversations and social medias.
You ready for this? Not only was it a chat room, but it was also an interactive storyboard, a muck, a Second Life, whatever. There were people who would write letters to the editor as a character, not as themselves, and say, you know, hey, Superman, what are you doing about this on the other? And somebody else would write back as Superman. Well, Lois, I'm doing this, that. And they actually had this fantasy role play interaction on the letters to the editor section of well-known magazines.
Yeah, playing make-believe, something that we learned from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah, there was actually, for a while, for several years, there was a free newspaper called the San Diego Reader, and you could take out little tiny free personal ads in it. Walk up and say, you know, take a card, write down a personal ad. And the fans down there, who were all comic fans or science fiction fans, started writing personal ads as characters from IP or their own characters and putting them in the reader. And then they'd get answers back from other people playing characters, to the point where the reader said, okay, no more of this stuff. These have to be real ads. So one of the fans in LA said, okay, I'm going to start a fanzine that's just like the personal section of the Reader, and it will be just that, a bunch of little personals that I combine, you know, print up and send everybody. And it was called Intercepted. And it was really fun to read, but boy, you had to have a whole big, long collection of them, because sometimes it took months for something to get responded to.
Crazy. Well, we've got lots to go over tonight. We want to give you little breaks, and we want to definitely talk more about stuff, but we also want you to interact with our audience, and we do a little thing in the Chaos Lounge where we play some games, and we want you to have some fun with them. And what we're going to do with Cy, we're going to have you play a dating game right now. Would you like to play a dating game with some of our friends in the Chaos Lounge? You don't have to go on a date with them, but the option's there.
Well, I suppose. Let's give it a try.
What we do is we throw that little football field, there we go. Yeah, that's football field. You're right. This one here. Now, what we're going to have you do is you're going to throw out a topic. Actually, no, this is not how we do this one. How do we do it? Well, we do the football game. We do the football game. We do the football game. So throw the football field down. Thank you so much.
Well, isn't this one where you ask the question, hey, do you like this or that? And
exactly.
They're totally into it or not into it?
Well, no. What we do is, for the dating game, is everyone stands at the start. And you're going to throw out a topic that you like or you don't like. But we're going to think you do. So let's say pasta. And now everyone who likes pasta will step forward. Now, if you actually don't like pasta, we call that a red herring. Now they got to take 2 steps back. So this way we're going to figure out who you have the most in common with for a little love connection. Who knows, right? So, and also, real quick, thank you so much, Yappy Fox. He has been for the last hour sweating out all these technical problems. And to Chal and a bunch of other friends have been throwing it out. So big round of applause to Yappy Fox, who has not been having a very good time this last hour. but has managed to pull it all together. So we love him. He is everything on this show. And for all of you who are just joining us, Cy Sable and Vincent Mink are with us. They are basically the pioneers of the furry fandom. They would be the George Washington and Alexander Hamilton of furries. So we're honored to have them here tonight.
I got 10,000 steps.
All right, so Cy Sable, go ahead and throw something out there as a topic, and we're going to see if they like it.
Okay, let's just start, we had a kind of an idea there. Let's just start with favorite food. Where would you go if you were dating somebody? Where would you go for lunch or dinner with them?
So
What kind of food?
what we want you to do is actually throw out that food that you love, or maybe not love so much, and we're going to see who steps forward, okay? So what is your favorite food on a date, Cy?
Yes, no question. Yeah.
Yes,
Do you like or not like?
Okay. Do you like pizza?
Are you a pizza fan?
Are you a pizza fan?
This is going to possibly be your first date dinner, so if you're a pizza fan, step forward. Now remember, you can throw out a red herring at any time here where you can psych them out, and if they step forward, then you got to move 2 steps back. That's actually if you don't like it. So there you go. We've got some pizza fans out there. A couple people out there not huge fans of pizza on a first date, but they're okay with it. All right, throw out another one.
Because is it CC pizza or is it like?
Oh, is it nice? Is it like fancy pants pizza? Is it like Menino's?
Well, you see, you always need something to discuss on a first date. How about how many people like classic cars?
Ooh, are you a fan of classic cars? Step forward.
I would definitely be stepping forward there.
All right, Fred Betterhead loves it. Fuma loves it. Core the Wolf and Scuffed Pan, as well as Coast. Ooh, Ajax is stepping forward. Utomo. Hey, Utomo. We know that, pal. Hey, Utomo, send the cameraman a friend request, please, because we want to be your buddy. And Draven's back there also. Okay, who's next?
Apparently, Utomo was on. Oh, he just disappeared. He was on
Utomo
episode 9 of FPS.
Yeah, Utomo's a really old school friend of ours. Again, we've been on the air for 23 years at this point. So
long time.
We're all dead inside.
Which is funny because you're not 23 years old.
Exactly. We started when we were 5. So we're in our late 20s. Okay, next question.
Who likes spicy food?
Ooh, I'm stepping forward on that one.
Spicy
The
food.
spicier, the better.
Me.
I love me some spicy food.
Oh, look at Clausbox. He's jumping up and down a lot.
Because I'm not a fan of it.
Oh no, I would be taking 2 steps back. So if you step forward and you were on 3, you're now back on 1. I'm back on 1. Oh, there you go. See, this is how we play our dating game. This is how we're going to pick out your friends here. Now, mind you, Coast Husky, well, Yappy's got a bit of a crushy on, so be careful. You might have to fight if it ends up being you and Coast. But we're moving forward. All right, your next one.
Okay, let's see. Always need something to talk about. Who likes to talk about the vacations they've been on?
Ooh.
Where they went, what they saw.
Start flipping through those family vacation photos on your phone. Say, this is when we went to Hawaii.
Yeah, every time Mutt goes to a coaster con, I have to.
Or a comic book convention. Like tonight, we're going to be going over to Tampa Bay Comic Con.
Yep.
We're not just furry. We are also general geekdom. So we're going to be seeing a lot of that tonight. We have a friend of ours, Shy Matsy, who's going to be calling in and sharing some of his Disney convention work. And of course, we went to Tampa Bay Comic Con, so you're going to see some of that too. It's a good variety. We have nutrition.
And Coast went to Otakon.
And Coast went to Otakon.
Ah, AnimeCon.
All right, what's the next one?
What's something else that you like? You don't necessarily have to talk about stuff about just on a date. What are things that are interesting to you?
Like
other areas of interest.
What about after the date when you're at the apartment?
Well, anybody here consider themselves not just a music lover, but an audiophile?
Oh,
ooh,
like
quality sound.
Oh, like what's that called?
Audiophiles, yeah.
No. When you hear people eating,
Oh, ASMR.
ASMR like that?
I don't think that's the same thing.
No?
That's
Okay.
not quite the same thing.
No,
Yeah.
an audiophile is a person who like can tell the difference between two different stereo brands based on the quality of the bass, the treble.
My.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not that person.
No, Yappy is an audiophile.
People
No,
who like
not really.
to hear music that sounds like it's live, even when it's not.
The live or the Memorex?
All right, what else? What are other things that are...
Did anyone
areas-
step forward on that one? If you're an audiophile, step forward. Did you step forward? Jump up and down if you step forward. Fred Betterhead did. Closet Fox did.
Ajax.
Cora the Wolf.
Closet.
Sodalo did. Our buddy Sodalo, who you do know very well. He's jumping up and down. And he was our great guest of honor last weekend. Okay, next one.
I have better luck with interests than things about me.
Well, you can do interests.
That's
Other
fine.
interests.
Things that you're interested in, like maybe kind of characters. What's some of your favorite characters that you like?
Something from back in my childhood that still got me interested is trains. I'm really into trains.
Oh, trains. Love
Who
me some
likes
trains.
Who likes trains?
You like model trains, life-size
Real
trains,
trains and
real
model trains.
Hobos.
There's a place in Ohio called oh shoot, I forget the name of it. It was a model train museum that it was amazing. And I forget the name, but I'll find it for you later on.
And you can also pick like specific things like, do you prefer chocolate or do you like licorice, or is your favorite time of year the winter or the spring? You can pick all kinds of things. So see what other things you might have in common with these folks.
Okay, let's see. Who's into professional sports?
Oh,
Professional sports.
like professional
like
football, okay.
basketball, hockey, that kind of thing.
I like wrestling.
Okay.
Thing to the thing and threw the point down.
I am not a fan of that one. I'd be staying put. But if you are a
And
fan
I'm not
of,
a fan of it either.
you're also not a fan. So if you step forward, you're gonna take 2 steps back.
Right.
Oh, take 2 steps back. Not a fan. Not a lot of people move forward. We don't have a lot of sports fans here. That's one thing we have in common. Okay.
Okay, what's
Big
next?
Okay, who likes? This is one I just came up with, kind of strange. Who likes, fashion? Who likes to feel like they're dressed? The clothes make the man.
KP.
That's
KP's
me.
moving forward. He's got a wardrobe that would blow your mind.
Yep.
I don't own any clothes.
He's
I'm
very
the only-
fancy.
I'm the only person I know that has an orange blazer and can make it look good.
And Sodalo is going through his entire wardrobe in front of our eyes.
Yes, there you go.
I have more than enough neckties to be able to wear a different necktie every day for 2 months and never repeat.
All right. So who's fancy? Who moved forward? Jump up and down if you moved forward.
So is that a thing? Is that a thing that you like? You like dressing?
It's something that intrigues me, but I don't understand it.
So that's a no.
No, it's kind of a no. Yeah.
Kind of a no. Okay. Well, we'll leave it as a yes then. Okay. So if you move forward, you can stay moving forward. All right. Next.
Okay.
And some of your favorite things about furry. Some of the things that you like. Maybe you like
just-
paws. If you're into
this
paws, you
one-
can step forward, something like that.
Well, in general, who likes meeting people in person, in groups, like conventions and meetups? Who likes that as opposed to hiding online all the time?
Well, some people have social anxiety, so they rely online. So there's nothing wrong with that. But if you prefer being more extroverted and stepping out and saying hi to people, which I adore doing, I love meeting people.
Extroverted?
Extroverted. Words are hard. We don't do words very well here. Step forward. Okay, we got a
Also,
few.
Maybe a favorite type of animal that you do or really don't like.
Manatee.
We all love manatees.
It's a manatee. I love it.
You do.
Oh, the humanity!
Oh, the human. I was gonna say that.
Folk Menace makes everything.
Yes.
They do.
Vincent sounds like a friend of ours, Tony Ringtail. I keep hearing your voice, and I think Tony's out there somewhere. Okay.
Well, he is.
So what's something else? Like I said, animal, thing in the fandom, other hobbies, anything. A specific TV show, a specific TV show or a specific film.
Do you like canines more than felines?
Dogs rule.
Yeah. Okay. Are you a fan of realistic historical films?
Like what? Give us an example.
Realistic historic films.
Like Ben-Hur?
Like, say, some of the films that have been done recently about World War II.
Oh, like Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer.
And
Okay.
Brothers, Oppenheimer, which is a biopic.
There you go.
Not
One
really.
of my favorites, Tora.
Okay, if you're a fan of that, step forward. Couple people. Ajax did. Utomo
get
did.
into it. If it's done well, I can really get into it.
Okay.
Now, staying kind of in the same vein, who are fans of Doctor Who?
Oh,
Your
Whovians. Who are the Whovians? Let's see the Whovians.
I'd so be stepping forward.
Muffin stepped forward. Utomo stepped forward. Ajax. Oh, Muffin's running off the camera field.
You got somebody
wait,
who's
we're not
almost
supposed
in
to
your
fucking
face
know.
now. I think we almost got a winner.
Oh no, some people are running around. Hey, if you just joined us, we're playing a game. If you haven't started at the start of it, go ahead and wait off to the side. We got more games to play. So if you have not started at the beginning of this game, just kind of hold off to the side of the play field. And we are welcoming you. We're glad to see you.
Right. What's another area of interest, or something you like, or something you really don't like, and you're going to use it as a red herring?
Where am I right now?
Well, let's see.
Oh, wait,
Some music.
Makoto, could you mind
It's so
stepping
cool.
off
You can,
the
like, put it,
football
like,
field?
in this game.
Just step off the football field for the moment. Thank you so much. We're going to finish up this game, and we'll say hi to you.
This is, general taste in music. Who likes jazz music? The broad spectrum of jazz music.
Muffin, please step off to the side if you could.
What?
Now, we'll say hi to you in a second. We're playing a game.
Oh,
Yes, we're able to.
Thank you, Muffin.
Yep. So we do have some jazz fans, general jazz fans. All right. How about something else? Another area of interest. Another topic.
Okay, in this day and age,
everybody follow my TikTok. I make
Mikado, we're going to kick your ass out of here if you don't play nice.
so many ways
Goodbye.
to experience media.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Who still likes to
Goodbye,
read
troll.
books?
Get a life.
Where'd he go?
Actual read novels.
Who likes to read novels? Who likes reading?
Not necessarily graphic, but actual novels with words in them.
Yep.
Where you use your own imagination to paint pictures.
Who the hell is breathing? Or is it Poink breathing?
It's not me.
Stop breathing. Whoever's breathing, stop it.
I was on mute.
Toxie?
Okay.
Your microphone's open if you want to push the talk.
Now, as far as graphic novels and comics are concerned, who really likes superheroes? The superhero genre?
I think Utomo's breathing.
Me.
We all do.
Because I don't care for it.
Oh, well.
That's okay.
You're dead to me.
You did. Of course, Toxie does. Yes.
Look at I made like a little outfit for Comic-Con.
Nobody
We
is.
can't see you at the moment. We're
You're not-
on game field.
You're not on the air.
Hang in there, Toxie. We'll get to you in a moment. You're good.
We can see you.
Right? How about something else? You've got someone in space number 9. Someone is getting very close to
Yeah,
crossing
you're
the
about to
finish
get a
line.
date.
Okay. Who likes going to actual theme parks?
Oh,
Not
I am
just
staying put.
Carnivals, but actual theme parks with themed stuff.
Coast, of all people, stepping forward on that one. Yeah,
Imagine
I
that.
did not have any idea, Coast. Coast.
Just so you know, Yappy, the stream is dead.
The stream is dead?
Yeah, Twitch.
Yeah,
okay.
there's a problem connecting to Twitch, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, they'll see it on the replay. We're trying our best, everybody.
it's a
So
good
sorry. So sorry. We're a live show. Things go crazy.
VRCDN is working, so.
But at least we got our lounge.
Yep.
All right. So if you're a fan of roller coasters and theme parks, you just stepped forward.
Yep.
Okay. You got Utomo is about to.
I can separate that and say who's a fan of thrill rides, who's a fan of roller coasters and
roller coasters or thrill rides.
Thrill rides, the scary stuff that might make you puke or scream.
Mud.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's mud. That's mud.
I'm not a fan of pukey rides as much, but I love roller coasters.
I'm not a fan.
Not a fan. Move back.
You gotta,
2
you gotta
spots.
go back to number 8. Gotta go back to number 8.
Coast, you're back. Get back there, Coast. I'll be joining you on that one, of course.
Yeah. All right. How about something else?
Let's see. Okay. Do you prefer to talk to people, interact by talking to people like on a voice or over the phone or over some sort of audio situation? Or do you prefer to type to people? Do you like to talk to people, actually talk to people, even if you don't see them face to face?
Yeah. Do you prefer conversing with people as opposed to just like textual typing?
Actual talking to people. You'd rather call them on the phone than drop them a text. Step forward.
I prefer that.
You're more of a phone call person.
Texting.
Yep.
I'm more of a texter. I'm more of a texter, believe it or not. Unless I'm in a group call. I like group calls, but outside of that, I'm pretty much text all the way. Unless you're on fire, don't call me.
Gotcha.
All right, we have a winner, Utomo. Utomo is the winner of this dating game. Congratulations. Cool. Now you two have the ability to you can both go out on a date if you want to get some pizza, or you don't have to. It's just for fun.
And the cool thing is they can actually meet up on VR chat.
There you go. So many ways to interact with your fellow friends. So nice. Thank you so much. That was really fun. Did you enjoy that, Sable?
It was a little tricky, but yes.
But you got to see a lot of friends out there who you got a lot in common. You're going to make a lot of friends tonight, I guarantee. As a matter of fact, if people want to be your friend, where would they go? How can they make friends with you on social media? What's your social media of choice?
Oh, mine? Well, for just, little snippets back and forth and being funny and posting pictures, I used to like Twitter. I am now going on Blue Sky.
You are so hip. Are you sure you're not 25 years old? Honestly, what the hell?
I tell people, yeah, I'm moving to Blue Sky and I don't talk about my ex.
Blue Sky is the way to go, everybody. Get ready. We might even open a Blue Sky someday. Who knows?
Got to get that invite first.
Got to get that invite. If you're on Blue Sky, send Yappy Fox an invite.
I'm not as tech savvy as people think I am. I'm mainly tech savvy because of my other partner, Changa Husky.
Better than me.
Who's kind of my IT department.
Uh-huh.
Cool. All right, well, let's jump back over to the stage because we got some new friends. Toxie has joined us, as well as Hugh the Manatee.
Oh, the Hugh Manatee.
Oh, the Hugh Manatee. And Hugh, what is that you've got in your whatever you got?
It's the Capaldi sonic screwdriver.
Oh, the Hoovian.
I have one of those.
I thought you'd get a kick
Actually,
out of that.
Changa has one of those.
I actually have 2 sonic screwdrivers that control my TV.
And that's our friend, voice off to the side, is Oni Kadu out in Las Vegas.
Oni.
Also, I just want to say this, Hugh, I'm so glad that news about your death has been extremely exaggerated.
Fine. I'll address it, damn it. Wow. Just one track mind. Okay, for the record, I did not kill Gordon Lightfoot.
How do we know that? That's what someone who killed Gordon Lightfoot would say.
But no, basically, there was a news story last week. Hugh the Manatee dies after high-intensity sex with brother.
Aww. That's
for the record,
sad.
I don't take it up the ass for anybody.
Not even your own brother.
Nope.
There you go. Well, you gotta have your morals. That's fine.
Also, I'm here for as long as the connection and cameras stay up.
Yeah. Well, it is starting to get a little stormy here in Florida. So
I spent the last hour fixing the BS from the last show.
Right.
Basically, I had to do an entire update.
Oh, Sable, where do you live, by the way? What's your place of origin?
California.
I live in Garden Grove, which is in Southern California,
Nice.
and it's south of LA by about 20 miles, and it's about 4 miles from Disneyland.
Nice. And Vincent, where are you from?
50 feet away from him.
Are you in the same house? Are you roommates?
All that way.
Wow.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, very cool. You're both roommates. Nice.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you the partners that you were talking about?
Yes.
We are.
Oh, nice. Okay, very cool. It's really an honor to meet you both together then. Nice.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to ask you guys some rapid fire interview questions, if that's okay. I'm going to start with Cy Sable. You have to answer with the first thing that comes to mind. No real thinking. Just answer.
And Mr. KP, we would love to see your pretty face. If there's a way you can throw a camera on for this.
There's a lot of images down on this bottom of the screen, so that's why there's like four screens down there.
I can remove Toxie because he's not doing anything.
Well, Toxie came in, he overloaded us, so
yeah,
I can't.
Toxie, if you wouldn't mind dropping out for a minute because Mr. KP
You're
wants
supposed
to
be here, and you're messing us up our Toxie.
So if you wouldn't mind dropping out for the moment, because KP's got some fun questions he wants to ask our guests. But we will get back to you soon.
But I'll still be here via voice.
That's fine.
Okay.
No, we'll be back. Hang in there.
Okay. Like I said, I just didn't want to overload the bottom of the screen there. Okay.
Turn off your video, Toxie.
I'm going.
Don't leave. Just don't go away mad. Just go away.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to start with Cy. I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions. Just answer the first thing that comes to mind, okay?
Okay.
All right. What's your favorite style of food? Ethnic food?
Italian.
Italian. In an Italian restaurant, what is your favorite meal?
Whoa. Lasagna.
Lasagna. Perfect. What's your favorite TV series? Past or present? Your very favorite TV series?
KP, you're poodling? We can see your buddy in the background.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Here we go.
Probably Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Perfect. All right. What was your favorite thing to do on Saturdays growing up? Like it's a weekend, not school night.
Masturbate. Oh, sorry, that's me.
Oh.
We'll interview you later.
Probably go to Disneyland.
Go to Disneyland. Great. You could go any place in the world. Where do you want to go?
Oh. I don't know. I had a very good time in the UK. Probably back to the UK.
Okay, cool. All right, Vincent, we're switching over to you real fast.
Yes.
Rapid fire question. What's your favorite candy bar?
Oh, Snickers.
Snickers. What's your favorite breakfast cereal?
Anything granola.
Anything granola. You have to buy a car that's over 20 years old. What make and model do you buy?
67 Corvette.
1967 Corvette. Awesome. You just won a ticket on a trip that is the one place in the world you don't want to go. Where are they sending you?
Moscow.
Moscow. All right. You can visit any historical period in the world. What historical period do you want to visit?
1970s disco, baby.
1970s disco. You're about to travel into South America. Where are you going?
The Amazon.
The Amazon. Heading back over to Cy Sable. You can see one animal right now from the past that is now extinct. What animal do you want to see?
Thylacine.
Thylacine. Awesome. I love Tasmanian tigers, by the way. They're really cool. What is your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple. You are going to a soda fountain, and you can get any fountain drink you want. What are you getting?
Chocolate soda. Traditional chocolate soda.
Traditional chocolate soda. Very cool. Heading back over to Vincent. Vincent, you are going to a barbecue place. What's your favorite style of barbecue?
Vegan.
Vegan barbecue. That's perfect. All right. If you're vegan, what's your favorite fruit?
Pears.
Pears. A specific pear?
Oh man, probably Bartlett.
Mine are Bosc, but that's
Bosc.
I love.
Good. No, definitely Bosc. Thanks for reminding me. I was
no problem. No problem. All right. It is the 4th of July. You're preparing a dessert that celebrates. You're going to take a picnic on the 4th of July. What dessert are you bringing?
Apple pie with cinnamon.
Apple pie with cinnamon. Heading back over to Cy Sable. Cy Sable, real quick. You have just been guest of honored at a furry convention, but you can only show one artifact. What do you want to show in your presentation? Only one.
Only one. My life-size plush skilled hair.
Okay, very cool. Same question going back over to Vincent. One artifact that you can do at a presentation. What is it?
Rauerbrazel, number 1.
Nice.
Rauerbrazel, number 1. All right. Cy Sable, what is your favorite non-furry comic book character?
Comic book character or comic book?
No, comic book character.
Gee.
Spiru.
Actually, She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Even though I'm not a fan of superheroes, I really like She-Hulk.
Okay, no, that's totally fine. You're going to outer space. You can visit one planet, like as a sightseer, go around it, and you'll be able to see it perfectly. What planet do you want to see?
Mars.
Mars. Vincent, same question. You can sightsee one celestial body, one planet in the solar system. Where do you want to go?
Titan.
Titan. Okay. That's Saturn's moon, correct? Is it Jupiter or Saturn?
Yes.
Saturn's moon. Yeah, Saturn.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. What was your, going back to Cy, what was your favorite topic in school? Favorite subject?
Turned out to be English.
English.
Nice.
And Vincent, what was your favorite subject in school?
Believe it or not, same thing.
English. Okay. Very cool. You are tuning into a radio station, a contemporary radio station. You just turn it on. There's a song playing that you really like. What song is playing? Both of you. Start with Vincent, and then we'll go to Cy.
Oh, me. I'm gonna say probably Jethro Tull, "Songs of the Wood."
Okay.
Very cool.
And Cy?
Vince Guaraldi's "Cast Your Fate to the Wind."
Nice. I'm a big fan of Linus and Lucy myself, but I love Vince Guaraldi's piano work. All right. Last couple of questions, then we'll wrap up rapid fire interview. You are about to go on a trip, but you forgot one item. What is the one item you always forget to pack when you go on a trip? Both of you.
International plug-in.
International plug-in adapter. Okay. And Cy?
Did I forget?
Yeah, what's the thing you are most likely to forget to pack if you're going on a trip?
Probably if I've bought a tour guide for somewhere, I'd probably forget that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Again, for both of you, you're going to be going overseas and you have to learn a language for it. What is the language that you are going to learn?
French.
French?
Probably German.
German. All right. Final question. You have an ability to create a custom animal that will be real. Is it a mammal, a reptile, a hoofer, an avian? What kind of an animal is it? And it's going to really exist in the world. You get to play God for 5 seconds.
Griffin.
Griffin. Very cool. And Cy?
It would be a skill tear. One of my skill tear.
Skill tear. Very cool. Thank you very much, everybody, for playing Rapid Fire Interview.
You're welcome.
Nice. And how long have you two been together? Because you both seem like you're really happy.
Over 40 years.
Nice. That's magical. So cool. Congratulations. Actually, I got a little applause for that one. 40. So in 10 more years, 50th anniversary. What do you got plans? Where are you going to go? To France? You going to go to Europe?
Probably back to the UK.
Back to the UK for your 50th. That's so cool.
Where in the UK? Would it be London, or is there a special place?
No, we had way more fun everywhere except London. London's crazy. I mean, we had some good times there, but no, we had more fun way out in the countryside, in the Cotswolds and Cornwall, and
I'll make a recommendation. I'll make a recommendation. A buddy of mine, for my first trip to the UK, took me to Lincoln, and I got to see Lincoln Cathedral. But at the same time, we walked up and down the roads, and there's a candy store that's in a building that's 400 years old, and it feels like all the candy has been there for 400 years.
Yeah.
It is an awesome shop. That would be a marvelous place for you to go.
This last time, we stayed in a hotel that's 400 years old.
Nice. Yep.
It was amazing. It was a smuggler's inn that apparently someone raided the coast and burned it down, so they rebuilt it. in 1420.
Nice. Very, very cool. Is there any advice you can give to people to make a relationship work out long term?
Think about everything except the relationship.
Okay.
And don't share the same bedroom.
We do that. I'm not kidding anybody. No.
He's talking to me.
No, what's kept us together is what we geek out about. Seriously.
Okay.
Movies, music, everything.
Yeah, my advice is don't overthink it. Just don't overthink it. Don't be constantly wondering what they're doing wrong, what you're doing wrong.
Just kind of go with the flow.
Have long discussions about stuff like that. That doesn't really help.
Yep. So go with the flow.
Yes.
Good. Poink, you got any questions?
Oh no, I checked out a while ago.
Now, do you both have any of you? Do you have either fursuits? Do you have a fursuit?
No.
If you were to have a fursuit, what would it be?
That requires a little bit of explanation. I've been making plans for mine. Have you folks here ever in your existence heard of this band called Heavy Saurus?
No.
Out of Finland. They are a fursuit band that performs heavy metal music for children.
Okay.
I'm looking them up.
Yeah, HEVI Saurus. Look them up on YouTube. They're awesome.
People online already love them, so you're good.
Yep. So here's the thing. I've been thinking that it would be so awesome to have a fursuit heavy metal band in the U.S. So I play bass, and I've been thinking about getting together a dragon called Low Fire, which would be a bass playing dragon, and then try to get together a band.
Nice.
Well, that's a cool idea.
Heavy Saurus.
I should be sharing right now. If you want to take a peek at this, I got it up. All right, we got a picture coming up of Heavy Saurus. That's so much fun.
There they are.
They look like characters out of the TV show Dinosaur.
Yeah, moderately.
A little bit.
That was actually the first thing I was thinking.
If you were going to be a dinosaur, what kind of dinosaur you want to be?
Oh, pterodactyl. I've always loved pterodactyls.
You want to fly?
Yeah, I want to fly.
Nice.
Cool.
How about you, Si? What kind of dinosaur you want to be?
What about you?
Carnotaurus.
I don't know that one. What is that?
I do.
It is a relative. It is a large meat-eating bipedal dinosaur with horns.
Okay.
That I really liked when they discovered it.
Oh, all right. Well, we will not call it a Hornysaurus because that wouldn't sound right.
There's plenty of those.
Yeah.
So when is the Day of the Dead, the Mexican holiday?
That's the day after Halloween, I believe, November 1st, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's we got to have your other roommate call in and do his VR chat world on that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
That one has that's not a good place to go after your life has just crashed around you. That's for sure.
No, really, no. Yeah, him and the person who built that version of the world, Creek, who's a very talented world builder and avatar maker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I spent hours in there one day, and it was like the past few years with around the COVID, there was a lot of names showing up there. It was like, oh man, I know them,
Yeah.
I know them. It was a rough one. But yeah, you don't go in there if you're already in a down state. It's a rough world, but it's well done. Very nice and respectful.
Well, we'll definitely want to check that out as we get closer to the Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
Now, we were supposed to have our friend Shy Matzy call in, but he's having a little bit of a connection problem right now.
He's online.
Is he online? Okay, I just texted him to see if he was available. Well, then, in that case, we're going to take a little break from our two guests of honor here, and we're going to say hi to another friend of ours, Shy Matzy, who just had a birthday.
Are you still there, Shy?
Yes, he did.
He's muted, Shy. You might want to engage your microphone.
No, here comes his video.
There he goes.
He's unmuted.
Oh, he's in VR.
Oh, he's in VR. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he intended for you to show him.
Shy, if you're in VR, why don't we switch over to the Chaos Lounge to see if we can talk with him there?
Oh yeah, I'm in the Chaos Lounge.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Get over to the Chaos Lounge and go. Shy, go talk to the cameraman.
And you just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Shy Matsy.
I see them.
Oh, thank you.
Now, Shy Matsy's birthday was on the 26th. And we got some other birthdays that are coming up soon too. Or actually, we just had some. Odegon Magoo, his birthday was the 28th of July. And Boots with the hose, his birthday was also on the 28th. John Hall is
birthdays today.
John Hall. We should do a little interview with John Hall. Can you believe that? That's really wonderful. John Hall, congratulations to you. Coming up very soon, Metal Monkey on the 10th of August. Hacksaw Dog, our buddy from our coffee shop chat on Discord, August the 12th. Closet Fox, you're not going to escape us. You better be around when we celebrate your birthday for the 14th of August. And then Burgers on the 19th. So if it is your birthday, please join us on Discord. Let us know when your birthday is in our birthday channel. Type it in so we are reminded of you, and we can appreciate you. But now, Shy Matsy from New Jersey, there was a special little event going on that you had a chance to go to. Would you mind sharing it with us?
Yes, it was the Disney 100 exhibit, and it was exciting for me.
Whoa, you need to. Okay, I gotta turn you off there. I did. I just muted him.
We had to go. Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Yeah, we had you in Zoom.
Yes. Oh, okay. So, am I still?
You're good.
You're good now.
You're good now.
Okay, cool. All right. So yes, I was in. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, as a big Disney fan, this was very exciting for me because I know it went through Walt's entire life and his all of his work, including the work that was pre-Disney. So everything that led up to Disney. So I was excited to see the Alice comedies. I was excited to see more of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. And excited to see everything else that he did. And this gave me a chance to see a brief look of that before it went into Disney, and including his work with Roy too, his brother, and Walt Disney Brothers Company, I think it was called.
Okay.
Or the Disney Brothers Company. That was a lot of fun.
Rummage just jumped right in front of your face. Thank you, Rhino Wolf, for your support.
Rhino Wolf for 32 months of subscription.
Wow, that's crazy. All right,
so Shai, did you see anything Did you see anything that you didn't think you would see there?
Shai's actually got a slideshow ready for us.
Yeah,
you're available.
I have a video. Yeah,
he has a video that he made, and we appreciate it.
Let's see it.
He's going to show it through Twitch. I'm sorry, through our Zoom call, through the Zoom call.
Okay.
He's multitasking. He can be everywhere all at once.
And everything.
Okay, well, now we're going to switch your mic over to the Zoom call so we don't get an echo.
So I put the soundtrack from Apple.
Okay, we're going to kill our background noise. Okay, walk us through what you're seeing here. You there, buddy?
Oh, he's still muted in Zoom.
Yeah, you might want to unmute yourself in Zoom, Shai, so we can hear you.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
I can hear you. Yep.
All right, cool. So yeah, this was a lot of fun to actually go through. That was the long line that we had to wait through, and this is the opening presentation where Mickey kind of introduces Walt. He talks for about a good 2 minutes, so I kind of skip past that, and then he disappears into the magic, and then you go through the exhibit itself.
Now, was that actually Walt, or was that a deep fake?
No, that was actually Walt, but it was a video. It was a video of Walden, of course. And yeah, they showcase everything from like where it all began, his early silent shorts, his work along with his brother and other animators, his work while he was in the army as well. A lot of family photos over here. That was really nice to see. That's him and his brother down there in that one photo. Yeah, the baby pictures. Laughogram, they had a couple of Laughogram memorabilia there. It was fun to see these little shorts with Alice Alice put into the video kind of like an early version of mixed media where they had live action and animation in the same, and the little girl Alice interacting with all the cartoon characters. It was really cute. I've never seen this before. I didn't even know that existed.
Very innovative for back then.
It was in Cartoon Land, and how I believe it was Virginia Davis that came to the studio, and she plays Alice, and she was excited to see all the animation and how it was made, and they showcased that as well with a little early video about her visiting the studio with Walt and him showing her how the animation was made.
Oh, isn't she a doll? That's so cute.
This is Oswald the Lucky Rabbit here. A little short with him I found really cute. He's like, oh my gosh. And then he loses his pants there and gets all blushy. Kind of interesting the way they animated everything. They showed a lot of storyboard clips. That was very interesting to see too. A lot of early animation sketches and cleanup art. This was a little area where they went through the entire timeline of Disney history, from the early days of Walt being born, basically all the way to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Nice. Speak up just a little bit more because there's a lot of background chatter.
Oh, sorry about that.
You're good.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to see. It was fun to see every other panel or so had a showcase of a famous Disney movie or a princess. Like this was the Snow White scene. They showed the early stills. Pinocchio doll. This doll was interesting to see. Just it sitting there was very interesting to see. I love the way Geppetto is in the background there.
That's a wonderful display.
And this was nice to see too. And I recently learned a lot more about Pinocchio, so that was really nice to see those two characters there. And I love this flip book here where the pages turned and you were the one turning them. So when you turn the pages, as you see me do here, when I look up, you see the page turn, and that's the page that showcases with a little bit of animation there.
Oh, that's
the
great.
Book of Sleeping Beauty there too. Cinderella here. And I love this too, where they had different poses. The glass slipper, that was really nice. That was actually the glass slipper prop they used in the movie. They actually had it here.
Nice.
They had quite a few movie props, so there was a lot of movie memorabilia in this showcase.
Now that's from the more recent film, right?
Yeah, that was from the more recent film. Some Alice sketches, some early Pooh art. I love this too. I love the look of Eeyore right there. I have a big crush on it.
Oh, we love Eeyore. Love Eeyore.
And they have Winnie the Pooh doll here that I was very happy to see. It was very unexpected. I like the way it looks here. So
I believe that's also from the more recent film, isn't it?
I believe so, yes. It's from the newer one, where Christopher Robert's all grown up. I love that sketch of Beast right there. That's amazing. And Beauty and the Beast. They also had the movie props for the Lemire and Cogsworth. The Princess and the Frog, they had some stills from that. They also had some stills right next to it for Frozen as well.
2009. It's been a while since Princess and the Frog.
Right? I was looking at the time. I was like, it's been that long? My goodness. I was like, Frozen was 2013. It feels like just a few years ago. I guess that's because the sequel was out too, so it makes it feel kind of fresh.
Didn't Lilo and Stitch just have a 20th anniversary?
They did. It made me feel old. I was like, oh, geez. I love this here. I went through all the characters. For this, I recorded me going through Simba, though, because I like Simba. I didn't do the whole thing. I just did the part where they have some stills here. I love the character design part, too, so I went into that as well.
That's really cool.
Very in-depth.
I really loved how they went into all of this.
Oh, the background.
It was a lot of fun.
Look at all the backgrounds change.
They did a lot for the actors too. They had a whole little set for Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I didn't really add in this.
It looks like it must have taken hours to go through this.
It did. Altogether, I spent about 5 hours to go through this entire museum. I love these models that now are called maquettes. I loved the look of these. I want one so bad. I took a look online and they're worth thousands of dollars. I was like, oh, this is awful. But I saw some characters I want that are in auction right now. I was like, I bid on a few of those. Like, I love the look of them, and I love how expressive they are when you look at them from different angles. Some of the characters have so much life to them that when you look at them from any angle, it looks like they just have so many different viewpoints.
Now, are these? Do you think these are clay, or were these like cast porcelain? What do you think these were?
It looks like clay.
These are actually a resin base. These are resin.
Okay.
Nice. That will last a long time. I was wondering if they break or anything.
They're surprisingly sturdy.
That's pretty good. I love that one of Timothy the Mouse there. That's really cute.
I actually was really liking the genie because he has that curl at the bottom instead of his feet.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
I do like that.
Oh, Pegasus from Fantasia.
Pegasus was good. And they have a big Star Wars exhibit. I recorded so much I couldn't put it all in, of course, but yeah, I love the lightsaber here, Luke's lightsaber. They had the Book of the Jedi in there too. I had to speed through because I realized I was going way past 10 minutes, but they had the Marvel.
You're good.
I took a clip of all the helmets here. So you have Thor helmet, you have Ajax from the Eternals, you have I think that's Ant-Man next. No, that's Star-Lord from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it is.
Got Iron Man from Iron Man 1, the original suit that he built in the cave. Got Ant-Man over here. And I think it's Loki. Yeah, the Loki helmet as well.
Super cool.
Captain America's shield.
Geeking out.
They had this was creating, it was so interesting to learn how they look at different characters. And this was a whole showcase about how music is also a character. And they were showcasing how they make music become a character in each film. And they had this giant part for Julie Taymor, and they showcased the Lion King on stage as well. And I'm a really big fan of Julie Taymor too, so I was really happy to see she had her own showcase. That was pretty cool. Because her backstory is amazing too. I love this too, the art of storyboarding. And I remember this short and watching it as a kid in the bag with all the bears cleaning up the park.
With the bump bump?
Like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so adorable. So I made sure to take a little clip of this too.
Pick it up, put it in the bag.
And they have Baloo here too. I was like, oh, I gotta include Baloo. Prickly pears. And this is reaching towards the end of the exhibit here. Yeah.
Oh, the Rocketeer. I do too.
In the afternoon. Yeah, Disney Adventures comics. I actually have some of those magazines.
Oh, that's Hocus Pocus book. Yeah.
Yeah, the Hocus Pocus, the book.
You know, it's amazing to think just how much of our culture has been influenced through all of the Disney products and all of the Disney properties.
And of course, just like the end of any Disney ride,
T-shirt shop,
the gift shop. Now, is this going off to other locations, or was this a once and done only in New Jersey?
No, I believe this is going off to other locations. This was actually in the Franklin Institute. The Benjamin Franklin Institute is really cute.
So this might be coming to a town near you. So check out the Disney exhibit 100 Years and see what the schedule is, because it might end up in your backyard. Go check it out. Check it out.
So I have a trivia question for you, Shy.
I saw Shy.
Yes. Oh, there I am again. Oh, there I am again.
So do you know the reason why there are so few original animation cells of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and the first few Mickey Mouse shorts?
It kind of looks like
they were sold
off, and they're actually looking for them, and they're rebuying them.
So there's an actual reason why, and it's not because of them being sold off. That was true. Some got sold off.
I was thinking Paramount was just upset with it.
No. Original Disney cells were done on nitrate film. They were done on nitrous cells. That stuff disintegrated because it wasn't stored in an absolute airtight, temperature controlled environment, just like a lot of original films that were filmed on nitrate celluloid film canisters decomposed in the film reel canisters. Most of the Disney original celluloids that they kept and were going to archive were not stored in an acid-free, temperature-controlled environment, so they literally decomposed while they were on the shelves. There are a few that did. Awful. There are a few of them that did survive. Not a lot. There are some that survive, They are exceedingly valuable, though, and nobody can see them because they're kept in absolutely dark, acid-free environments. Only curators of museums generally get to see the original cells. They've made reproductions of them so people can look at them, like in museums.
In later years, they went to cellulose triacetate, and the first few years they did that, that material is much more stable.
Correct.
They actually would wash the cells off, wash the ink off, wash the paint off, and reuse the material because it was so expensive.
Right. Now, one thing that did happen, Courvoisier Studios did a lot of original cell setups with custom backgrounds for some of the older Disney films like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, things like that. But at the end of films, there's actually records of this. Some of the animators, once they finished the filming, would take some of the cells, regardless of who the characters were, and they would slide across the floor on the cells just to let off some steam because they didn't think that the cells would be valuable. They were basically a byproduct of the animation process very early on. They didn't think about keeping some of them. So there were stories of animators on Snow White that were like, yeah, at the end we would like put some of the cells on the floor and we would literally slide across the linoleum floor to see who could go the farthest.
That's really horrifying.
Yeah,
Can I
but that
tell you-
is...
Can I tell you a Disney story? I'll drag this back to furry fandom in an interesting way.
Sure. Click over the
I
screen.
forget where I got this originally, but it was some Disney biographer was talking about how back in the day, sometimes when Walt and his wife Lily would get into a fight, and then they'd go storming off to wherever, and then later on, Lily would come home sometimes, and Walt wouldn't be there, but she'd find a note signed by Mickey saying, well, Walt's real sorry that he was doing that kind of thing, but you know how he can be sometimes. And I'm like, good grief, Mickey was Walt's persona. Literally,
yes.
Mickey and Minnie were their personas.
That's funny. So yeah, Shai, the next time you're in town, if you happen to swing by my house, ask me to take you up to the wall, one of the walls where I have some of the animation art. There's a specific piece on the Disney Afternoon wall that you might want to see.
Neat.
Okay, Shai?
Oh, yes.
You jump back.
There you go.
Oh, am I muted?
You're there now. Yeah, no. Next time you're in town, swing by here and remind me to take you upstairs to the animation art walls. And there's one piece I want you to see. I think it'll just make you smile.
Oh, I'm sure it will. I love the Disney Afternoon.
That's how he gets guys into his bedroom.
No, that's
come on up and see the cells I got.
Nope, the Atari stuff is on I'm hooking up my old Atari system. It's right by the Disney Afternoon wall. And I have a feeling it'll just make you smile when you see the piece all the way to the left.
Did that cable work?
Ooh, I can't wait to see.
It did. Yes, it did.
Cool.
One of the highlights of one of our first furry conventions, Conference 3, which was the fourth gather, we had as our guests of honor Jim Magon and Mark Zaslav, who were the creators of Tailspin.
Nice.
Yeah, we were like the first fan convention they showed up at. And then a couple of years later, we were the first fan convention to have the creators of Gargoyles.
Nice.
Before there were Gargoyles conventions. So it was like, yeah.
Love Gargoyles.
That's nice.
All right, well, we were going to jump over to an interview from our audience, but unfortunately our stream on Twitch isn't working at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a game, and hopefully by the time we're done with the game in our VR chat, our Twitch will be back up because we would love to have our audience ask some questions to you.
They have to be on the Chaos Lounge to hear.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we will we'll improvise. We'll figure this out. But we do have a game we'd like to play in our lounge, so if we can jump back over to our camera. Thank you so much, Shai Matzi, for that wonderful little highlight of that great exhibit.
Anytime.
Appreciate everything you do.
Thank you, Shai.
That was great, Shai.
Speaking of movies, there's a lot of wacky movies coming out. Who went to go see the Barbie movie by any chance the last couple of weeks?
I did.
I did too. I loved it a lot. It was a lot of fun.
I haven't had a chance to yet, but I want to.
There are some fun films that are out. And we were talking a little bit about how much these films are making opening weekend. Some of them are making a lot of money, some of them not so much. Some of us are kind of perplexed. So we're going to see how well you know your box office numbers right now, and we're gonna jump. Let's go ahead and full screen our
Chaos Lounge.
Chaos Lounge.
And Mutt, let me go ahead and ask you this.
Yeah.
What do you think the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is going to pull in on the weekend box office?
I'm gonna estimate if we're gonna start making a Deadpool, not a ton of money, but it's gonna make some cash. I'm gonna say about $50 million because it's got a following for sure. And we're gonna do an A and B floor right now. We're gonna do an A and B floor.
Opening weekend, you think?
Final trailer for it?
I have not yet, but I do want to check it out.
It's good.
Good. Okay, so what we're gonna do on this game is we're gonna throw a number down, and all you gotta do is guess more or less than this number for the opening weekend of that film. And then we're gonna jump over and actually talk about how much these films cost to make, and see if you can guess to see. We're gonna learn a little bit about that film process. So right now, in the VR chat, in the Chaos Lounge, we're gonna ask for the opening weekend of the Barbie movie. The opening weekend of the Barbie movie. Did it make more or less than $125 million? Opening weekend, did it make more A or B less than $125 million?
Now, this is just Barbie. This is not
just the Barbie movie.
Not Barbenheimer.
Not Barbenheimer. All right, more or less. We got a lot of people jumping over to more, and a lot of people are right because it made $162 million opening weekend. All right, we got movie buffs out there. We got movie buffs. So this is good. Okay. Yappy just recently saw Elemental, the Pixar film. Okay, now Pixar films are usually pretty big money makers. Did Elemental make more or less than $50 million? Did Elemental make more or less than $50 million opening weekend?
I'm gonna guess less, only because I didn't even hear anything about it.
Okay. A more, B less.
I did not hear a lot about it, so.
Well, hey, we got movie buffs because it is true. Elemental did not make that much money, only $29 million. Now, it actually has gone up. This is one of those films that went up and not down. Usually they start out high and they always drop down low. Not this one. It actually is going back up. And it's actually making some pretty decent money. So Elemental, Yappy actually liked it. He doesn't really like Pixar films that much, so this is a good one.
It's called a sleeper.
It's a sleeper. Another film that was a sleeper was Emperor's New Groove. Made a horrible box office opening weekend, but definitely grew.
One of my favorite villains, Yzma.
All right, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Did it make more or less than $100 million opening weekend? More or less than $100 million opening weekend?
Now, you know what? I'm going to guess more because I remember there was quite a bit of hype around that film.
It was, and it was an absolutely amazing movie. It's the kind of film you need to go back a couple times.
Yeah.
All right, movie buffs, you are right. $120 million opening weekend.
Nice.
All right. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Did it make more or less than $125 million? Did it make more or less than $125 million for the third installment of Guardians of the Galaxy? Rocket Raccoon.
Now, I'm going to guess, me personally, I'm going to guess less on this one.
Okay, less than $125 million.
It did well, but I didn't hear nearly as much hype in the mainstream. So I'm going to say it possibly made less than 120 opening weekend, but may have made more overall, over the long run.
Well, again, over $100 million is a pretty impressive opening weekend, but it was a little bit less, $118 million. Not 125, $118 million. So it was a little bit less than that.
Yep.
Super Mario Brothers, the movie. Did it make more or less than $140 million? Did it make more or less than $140 million?
right, you know what? I did not hear. I heard some hype about it, not a lot, but I'm guessing that there's a huge gamer community that really wanted to see it. So I'm going to say more. That's my guess.
All right. All right. Well, if you guessed more, you're right. $146.3 million. $146.3 million. It is actually the #1 opening weekend and the highest grossing film of the year so far.
Really?
Yeah, it is making all the money. As a matter of fact, it is over $575 million global.
All right, we got big Thunder Boomers happening now, so let's see how things go.
Okay, hopefully we'll keep it going down. Fast X, the latest edition of the Fast and Furious franchise. Did it make more or less than $50 million? Fast and Furious. They've made 12 of these movies right now.
But like, I can't hear the world unless I'm standing right here.
More or less than $50 million.
I have the.
Okay.
Him down?
Try not to talk right under the camera, guys.
I haven't turned all the way up.
All right.
Yeah, turn them down.
If you are on A, you're right. It made it made $67 million. $67 million more than $50 million. It's still making the money. It's still making the money. Thank you, Fur Demon. Yeah, our microphones are a little sensitive, so.
All right.
Let's see.
Give another one.
The Flash. DC Comics, The Flash. Did it make more or less than $75 million? The Flash, starring Michael Keaton, returning as Batman. More or less than $75 million?
You know what? I'm gonna guess less because I think it didn't get a lot of hype, and I didn't know that Michael Keaton reprised the role. And if that kind of stuff isn't like going totally mainstream early on,
it was released in the trailers. Yeah, they did release all that in the trailers.
Okay.
Matter of fact, they overhyped the heck out of it, and
I still don't
go into it after the game.
Yeah, I still don't think it made that much money.
Well, you're right, because it only made $55 million over the weekend, which is still pretty decent, but not $75 million. Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny, the return of Indiana Jones. Did that make more or less than $75 million?
I think that one made way more. Actually.
Indiana Jones. Great movie if you haven't seen it, but did it make more or less than $75 million opening weekend?
And this is just opening weekend. Yep. I'm going to say yes, because there was an awful lot of chatter about the return of Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm. And he was hyping it up.
Yes, he was.
Unfortunately, it made $60 million, which is not an unfortunate, but it kind of is. $60 million on opening weekends.
Well, I was wrong on that one, for sure.
All right, let's go down to some of the lesser successful films. Well, we're still going to give you a decent range. Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear. Did it make more or less than $30 million? Cocaine Bear. More or less than $30 million?
I'm gonna guess more than, just because I heard you guys hyping it up like crazy.
It was a fun, violent film. It was cartoon violence, but it made less. $23 million. $23 million for Cocaine Bear.
Of course, it only cost $4 million to make.
Yeah, it was a very economical film.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it, so.
It's very fun.
All right.
Stupid.
Here we go on a more recent film, The Haunted Mansion, with Danny DeVito and the other guy. Wow. What's the name? Did
that guy?
Yes.
That guy.
Did Haunted Mansion make more or less than $40 million for the opening weekend for Haunted Mansion?
Now,
more or
let's
less.
also be fair. This is the opening weekend for Haunted
We are at the Haunted Mansion opening weekend right now.
Yeah. Oh, it opened this week.
It did. It is out right now.
Yeah.
More or less than $40 million.
I'm going to say, I've seen enough commercials for it. I'm going to say more. I'm going to say more.
Okay. Well, got a pretty split view on the floor. It was less, $24 million. It took it in the pants. What's scarier than the Haunted Mansion is the box office numbers. That's so good. Okay. And let's go to. Did we talk about Barbie? Yeah, we talked about Barbie.
Yeah, we talked
The
about
Little
Barbie.
Mermaid.
Yeah, we did.
Let's go back up to a little more successful film, Little Mermaid. Did it make more or less than $75 million? The Little
Just to be
Mermaid.
clear, we're talking about the more recent.
This is the more recent one. The more recent one that just came out.
Oh, not the animated one.
More or less than $75 million. The live action one.
Yeah, to be fair, Mutt's been keeping this all this year.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is
I'm
all
gonna
more
say-
recent.
I'm gonna say less.
Less than $75 million, you say?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess
Okay.
less.
Most people looks like they're saying less, but it was more. $95 million opening weekend.
Wow.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, there was a lot of hype.
All right. And then we're gonna do one more. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Transformers: Rise of the Beast. More or less than $50 million. What do you think? Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Less or more? More or less. More or less. A is more. B is less.
Yeah, I don't know on this one. I really don't, because it's like, yeah, I like Transformers, but I really was sick of Transformer movies, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
I go over that one as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say less.
All right. Well, it was the numbers were still low, but it's low on a $60 million. Did make more than what I just mentioned, but only $60 million. So it was
cost to produce.
and that's how much did it cost to produce?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna find that out next, because now we're gonna jump over to production budget. We're gonna see how well you know how much films cost to make. Okay, now this is the production budget of movies. How much did it cost to make the movie Zootopia? Was it more or less than $100 million? Was Zootopia more or less than $100 million to make?
I'm gonna say more.
They had to do it like almost twice.
The CGI, right? Millions?
That's the classic Zootopia film.
More.
More. This movie grossed over $1 billion. All right, more or less. A is more, B is less. If you are on A, you're right. $150 million to make Zootopia.
Wow. It went over budget.
And that's the 2016 movie, not the 2023.
Hopefully it made it.
There was a 2023 movie, Zootopia?
Nope.
TV series.
Japanese animators don't know when.
It wasn't a TV series. Yeah, we're talking about the movie.
No, I was being an asshole. But
Okay.
It was not a movie made this year.
All right. Remember the movie Sing by DreamWorks?
Loved it.
Was Sing more or less than $100 million? Did it cost more or less to make Sing?
This one,
The original.
Okay, so I'm gonna say less, but I'm really on the fence because they had to do a lot of musical production for that film, and that's gonna run some bucks.
I'm going to say more simply because it made enough money pre everything that happened to us to get a sequel.
Right. So we're talking more than $100 million, you say?
I said less. Point says more.
Okay.
I'm going to say less.
Or you
Oh,
say
you're also
less.
going to say less. So you're
I
gonna
say
be-
less.
All right. Well, it was $75 million. It was significantly less than $100 million. That one was a budget film.
Well, again, it's the time it came out because I think after what we went through the past few years, everything changed.
Okay. Now, Tangled, the movie Tangled did cost a little bit more than Sing to make. So we're going to bring that up to, did it cost more or less than $150 million to make the movie Tangled? The story of Rapunzel, more or less than $150 million for Tangled?
I'm going to say that's when Disney was kind of in their heyday or just breaking out. So I'm going to say more.
I can't hear the studio camera even set the max volume.
I don't know. I honestly don't know because I don't know Disney ever cutting costs on a lot of these films until just recently. I'm gonna say less, but it was over $100 million, but it was gonna be less than 150.
Okay. All right. The answer is $260 million to make Tangled. Way over budget. What the hell?
Those CGIs had a lot of coffee breaks.
Let me hop back on my desktop and I'll
All right, Secret Life of Pets, very popular film. Did it cost more or less than $150 million? Secret Life of Pets, $150, $150 million or less, or more or less. Okay, you say less.
I guess less.
That's what you guess.
I'm gonna guess more.
Secret Life of Pets definitely less.
Secret Life of Pets, more or less than $150 million.
There's like 3 of them now. There's like 3 or 4 movies.
What? All right, the answer is less, $75 million, about half that price. DreamWorks knows how to make a film on a budget.
Now, let me throw one in because you teased it before you started the game.
You sure can.
Transformers, Rise of the Beast.
It's like a
Budget
family-friendly
was
version of Blazing
above
Saddles.
or below 150.
More or less than $150 million? I'm going to say more.
You would be correct.
I'm guessing more, and it's just because the kinds of special effects they do. Just, I think they spend way too much on the special effects.
You would be right, except they only spent an additional $50 million.
Only $50 million extra.
And they did do well overall at the box office. A full box office for the movie hit Paramount Plus was $429 million. So they made $200 over their budget.
So moderately successful.
The highest grossing film of the year, Super Mario Brothers, was it more or less than $150 million? More or less than $150 million to make this Super Mario Brothers, the film that has pulled in all the money from every country.
I'm gonna guess this particular one more. And I think it has to do with IP usage on them. So I'm guessing more.
Yeah, plus the big names, all that stuff. Chris Pratt. Less, $100 million to make Super Mario Brothers. In other words, they're just raking in the money on this one.
But it was a runaway hit.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna rewind the clock to Toy Story. A little bit cheaper to make a film back then. Was it more or less than $75 million? Toy Story, the original Toy Story, more or less than $75 million.
Now, Toy Story, the original Toy Story, that was kind of when Pixar really got into its groove with CGI.
That was its premiere movie. It came right out, it bursted.
Right after Bug's Life, right?
Well, no, that was before Bug's Life.
Was it? Okay.
That was their first. There was nothing
the
before
second
Toy
film.
Story.
So I'm going to say you said how much?
$75 million.
I'm going to say more. I'm going to say more because there was a lot of. I'm thinking it's because it was experimental.
I'm going to say less because the name Pixar meant nothing to anybody at the time that came out.
Not a thing. Wasn't a thing. All right. The answer is $30 million. Way less than that.
They had to start making their name, and I don't think they started getting the big budgets or the big bucks until Toy Story 2.
Correct.
Okay.
Remember, they weren't even owned by Disney at that point. They were just some little thing up in Northern California.
Yeah,
Disney was just distributing for them.
Steve Jobs was the financier behind that one.
Okay.
All right, Buzz Lightyear, the movie Lightyear, the film Lightyear that just came out a few years ago. Was it more or less than $150 million?
The one that came out last year,
last year or the year before.
The CGI, here's the real Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, the one with the cat.
I'm going to stay on the more.
Okay, Buzz Lightyear, or the movie just Lightyear.
Well, to be fair, though, the movie was called Lightyear.
Lightyear, yeah, Lightyear. More or less than $150 million?
I'm going to say more because at the time, they were really banking heavily on this character.
Okay. The answer is $200 million. If you're on A, you are right. $200 million.
And by the way, do you know how I know that they were banking hard and they failed? You can still find a whole wall of toys at Walmart.
Oh yeah, Buzz Lightyear's Toy Story is still making money. So there you go. Wow, we got a lot of movie buffs. Congratulations, everyone. You're really good at this game.
Very cool.
Now, Matt, don't forget, we do have, for those people that were at Tampa Comic-Con. They might have been watching through the last few hours. We are going to show some videos, I believe.
We are. But now, how's our friends in our Twitch chat? Are they back? Can they hear us?
No. Let's take a look.
Okay, because we're going to have some friends want to ask some questions to our guest of honors tonight. We're going to have to rely on our friends in the Chaos Lounge to be the ones who do this interview. And again, we have Cy Sable and Vincent Mink, the George Washington and Alexander Hamilton of the furry fandom. So if you have a question, this is your chance to get to know a little furry history. If we can bring the camera down to the floor and maybe do a little line, like one of those interview lines like they do. Can we do that?
No.
We can't
Whoa. That was
thunder
and blast.
Yeah, like I said, we've got thunder boomers like hitting every probably minute and a half.
We've got boomers hitting us. We got boomers all over the place. Oh yeah, we got boomers.
By the way, quick story about the movies of last year. Okay, Mario Brothers was the biggest hit, but there's a lot of reasons for that. The biggest one being they did make the original Super Mario Brothers years ago. And it tanked, and it was part of that live action craze.
Yep.
So when this movie came out and they announced that, well, Chris Pratt is voicing Mario, everybody's like, I gotta see just how bad he did.
He did great.
And he did not do bad at all. He didn't use the stereotypical accent, but he was good. Now, the other movies that were in the top 10 box office, Spider-Man, The Spider-Verse was number 2. Guardians, in answer to KP, was number 3. Because, again, it hit the market at the right time. Little Mermaid, 4. Avatar, 5. Ant-Man and the Wasp, 6. John Wick, Chapter 4, 7. Oppenheimer is 8. 9 is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and 10 was Transformers.
Chris Pratt is owning the box office right now between Mario, the Jurassic Park, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Plus, the 2 #1 roller coasters in the world happen to be Jurassic Park and Guardians of the Galaxy. So he's actually literally in the #1 and #2 roller coasters in America.
Yeah.
So he's just dominating every...
He's like the golden name right now.
Yeah, for real.
In answer to your other question about The Flash, it was the top rated, lowest budget producing movie.
Wah, wah, wah.
It barely made $107.
I saw it. It wasn't good, but it had moments in it which I'm going to love. There were some moments in there that had me crying, but overall the story was garbage.
I can't spoil it, but yeah, DC just can't catch a break this year.
Well,
because
I'm hoping that Blue Beetle kind of brings them up a bit.
It might, because it's the one film that James Gunn has said it could be in my new revamped DC.
James Gunn is going to turn things around. He's way too good at what he does. Blade Cairo is following us around. Well, watch your step because we just had beans.
I just changed from Atlanta to Miami on our servers, so hopefully maybe I'm trying different servers now.
Sherry is now following us.
In a moment.
Maybe Atlanta is under an EMP right now or something.
They could be. But yeah, the lowest grossing films at the box office with the biggest expectations for all DC.
Campion says we are back up in our Twitch.
Okay, let's
So
check.
was the
Nice.
So was the server location.
All right,
that's causing
so
problems.
if someone in our Twitch has got a question for one of our guests of honor tonight, hold that thought.
Onikuro. So it's been a while since I've done a dance video, and I figured I'd do something about that with a classic song that was used in a meme all the way back in 2011. I'm sure most of you know of this popular meme that was also big in the furry fandom. Although I'm pretty sure most of you kinda spaced out on what I'm referring to. Nonetheless, I'm sure it'll all come back to you all in rainbows. Meow, let's get on with this cute and adorable video, shall we?
Meow.
Oh man, I hope I don't give anybody diabetes from this video.
Yes, you have. Where's the rabbit? What'd you do with the rabbit? I wanted my rabbit back. Rabbit. Did you? You didn't. Did you? Yeah? You licked it. Yes, I can see the fur still on your tongue. Why? That was my rabbit. That was my rabbit you licked. It was my pet. I want my pet back. Get my pet back. Please. Please. No, okay, fine. If that's the way you're going to be about it, we're not going to keep talking anymore. We won't be friends either. Oh! Oh, excuse me. Bad kitty. Bad. No, you can go to your, no, back to your kennel. Go. Go. If you're not going to behave, you can go. That's right. Yeah, no pouting. Cats, you can't train them right.
Oh, you got trouble, man. Oh, diversity. Oh, am I getting bitched up for Squeaker? I know. You're getting bitched by Squeaker. It's so cute. It's melting my heart. I'm holding your shit. I'm holding your shit.
Kita, this is Apricity, our mascot for BronyCan.
Oh my god. It's okay. Yours light up. That's so cute. I could just take you home and snuggle you all day. But I don't think we'd both fit on the bus. I had to take 2 seats up. It's so fun.
Kita knows all about taking up 2 seats in your bus.
Woo! Thank you very much, Kita, for sending that video. And of course, Onikadu, if you have a video you want to send in, please make sure that there's no copyrighted music in that video so we don't get dinged or shut down. But we love to see your videos just the same. Okay, so now, without further ado, let's get to some questions for our guest of honor for the night. Who's got something that they want to ask? So what I'm going to do is say, for like the more mainstream characters that are out there that are of the anthropomorphic variety, who are some of your favorites?
You mean like cartoons?
Yeah, like Robin Hood or Gummy Bears or maybe like Secret of Nim characters.
Well, what's your favorite media featuring furry type characters?
Yeah.
Me? Oh my gosh. Well, I'll say this. I knew I was a bisexual person when I realized I'd fallen in love with Robin Hood and Maid Marian at the same time.
He's converted quite a lot of people. That's for sure.
Yeah, you've awakened something in me. TV show Gargoyles.
Okay.
Gargoyles, good answer. Okay,
How about you?
Sai.
Well, I'm still pretty partial to Disney's Bambi. That's a film that I saw as basically a 4-year-old, my mother's knee, that just completely, according to my parents, I was spellbound at the film. I had, usually when they took me to the movies, I just made their life miserable. And that film started, I just stared at the film for the entire time and didn't even fuss. And to this day, I love the character design, the beautiful backgrounds. I like the story. Currently, I have a lot of favorite films. I love the movie Coco, even though it's not all furry, I love the story.
I like
and,
Coco.
Yeah, Coco made me bawl at the end of it. That was great.
It's just a really good story.
Good music, good story, good characters. And a brave film as well. I mean, whoever pitched that idea. Oh yeah, this is going to be a movie about skeletons and death. Oh, it'll be a great family film. It's like, yeah, right. That's a very brave move.
The preliminary work they did on that film, it's a good thing they didn't do that one. It was pretty bad.
Campion wants to know, who is your favorite My Little Pony?
Oh,
hey,
Sparkle.
That's Hugh.
Sorry. Campion's jumping on your game.
But Hugh died. He got it up the butt by his brother.
Oh, boy.
He didn't die. He broke it off and spit it back out.
Ow.
I will speak highly of my mammal from another mother.
Hybrid does have I'm sorry, who's the other one?
Oh, I was going to say Rarity.
Rarity?
Well, okay. Rarity is my favorite pony, but my favorite characters are the new 6, aka the Student 6. I love them.
Cool.
Yeah, is that even a fad anymore?
A friend of ours in chat named Dev, Devitech, he's asking for footage from our 9/11 show. That actually was just brought up recently. Unfortunately, that episode was not
Never
recorded.
filmed. Yeah,
it was not. It doesn't exist. It never existed. We did it live. Unfortunately, we didn't get to record it, so it just doesn't exist. It's never been out and released. It's not there. So yeah, we're sad about that too, because that was a wonderful moment.
This isn't going to be like the holiday special that somebody VHS taped it.
Yeah.
Well, back then, Back then, people couldn't record off the internet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is pre-YouTube stuff.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist. It never had a day one.
I mean, it's not that we wouldn't want it to, but we just didn't feel like we should tape it.
No, we did. We actually did attempt to tape it, but we didn't do something right.
No, we didn't have anything hooked up because we were moving. We were moving the show that
weekend. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, so it was a sudden same day
there
one.
You go. All right, Hybrid has got a question. What are some major differences between what you have seen in furry communities from then to now? We did ask a similar question, but we're going to throw that one out there.
Go, Say.
Well, okay. I don't, except for the fact that it's gotten way bigger, I don't see a lot of differences. I see kind of the same things happening at conventions. Of course, the internet's changed a lot of stuff. A lot of the art market has shifted to the internet, and I see a lot of projects. You know, we used to look at things like Eric Schwartz's Amy the Squirrel, animations done on his Amiga and go, why, that's just amazing. And now we look at like the Lackadaisy pilot.
No, that's very excited about that one.
Certainly changed. But otherwise, it's kind of still the same thing. And someone was talking earlier about the block party and people coming up and talking to the furries. But I go to conventions, I see things that are familiar, I see things that are new, and I really don't think this fandom is explainable to someone who's curious about it but doesn't know anything about it. It would take too long to try to explain all the facets.
Yeah, you could
that
grab
all
10
make up
different
the
people,
fandom.
And it'll change daily.
They'll all give you a different opinion.
Now, this is a question.
Actually, do you find it easy to relate to people that are much newer in the fandom, or do you tend to relate more to people that have been in the fandom for a very long time?
I don't seem to have much of a problem relating. I mean, a lot of my friends, I made a lot of friends on Second Life. I've made a huge amount of friends on VR Chat.
Mm-hmm.
And, besides them going, wait a minute, you're over 70 years old and you're in VR Chat? How is that?
Because you're cool. You're cool.
Well, we got Stargazer. He does the same thing.
Stargazers, too.
But,
the older furs are actually very young at heart.
Yeah, so don't have much of a problem with that. And it bothers me that there are people who are usually inspired by people outside the fandom who are basically telling them what to say, unfortunately, who go, there shouldn't be, 30-year-olds at furry conventions. They don't belong there. That, if someone's 30 years old at a furry convention, they're just trying to pick up kids.
Yeah.
Really
no, because the 30-year-olds don't want you there. So
I will say this: I actually kind of use that whole argument now to rate whether or not videos on YouTube are worth my time. I watch a lot of video game reviews and stuff like that. If you're current and you drop a furry joke, off.
Yeah.
I'm like, such low-hanging fruit at this day and age. You need more comedy chops.
Now, you did ask this question earlier, but we were having some technical problems. But our good friend Cor the Wolf has got that question. A little quick synopsis of what inspired you to start the furry fandom and your favorite animal.
Oh, well, obviously, it may not be obvious to most people, but what inspired us to start the fandom was our experiences in science fiction fandom. I discovered fandom in general in the 1970s when there were conventions around the country starting up and being heavily publicized, even on TV, that were basically to save the Star Trek show, which was canceled. And I went to one in LA with my friend, and besides seeing all these people dressed up as, Starfleet officers and Klingons and all that, there was this beautiful exhibit of the Enterprise bridge, the entire Enterprise bridge set. And, I was just geeking out completely over the whole thing, taking lots of pictures. And I talked to one of the staff people and I said, it's amazing that Paramount lets you borrow this set. And he said, oh, the original set doesn't exist anymore. It got destroyed in a fire at Desilu Productions. I said, well, where did this come from? And he goes, oh, we made it. I said, what, you mean the convention people? Yeah, a bunch of the convention people we made parts in our garages and they all fit together. They all could be moved in trucks. And I said, well, this looks really good. He goes, actually, it looks a lot better than the original set. We've seen pictures. And I left that day going, okay, these people just made this set. Nobody paid them to make it. Nobody even gave them money for the materials. I have to look into these kind of people. Who are these people? And that's when I discovered fans, people who aren't actually in the industry, but are so into something that they'll go to great lengths to, just for their interest. So I joined a science fiction club in LA, which is one of the oldest in the country. We started back in 1940. And that kind of science fiction fandom was to support the authors of famous novels because the literary community didn't treat science fiction as legitimate. They thought it was all,
Bems and
like it was pulp stuff. It was not nothing in it had no literary value. So the fans all got together and said, to heck with you. We'll support the authors. We'll give them awards. We'll invite them to our conventions because we think science fiction is important. And that fandom has been around for a very long time. And then as media got produced,
thank you, Uncle Fox.
Star Trek, the first thing, things like Battlestar Galactica, in England,
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who,
Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf.
That's way later.
A huge fandom for Blake 7, which I don't even think lasted one season. And the funny thing is, a lot of the fans of those shows were female fans. And they were the ones who kind of got fanfic going as a marketable thing that you could buy in print at conventions. So there were different kinds of fan conventions were getting bigger. And then, of course, Comic-Con got big after the TNMT comics started the black and white revolution of all these independent comics actually getting into stores. people buying them and going, hey, a lot of this stuff is better written than the mainstream stuff. So I'm a science fiction fan. I go to conventions. I go to the local convention. Rodney's school group comes to the same convention I'm at. I have my art in the art show of my skill tear. His friend says, hey, did you see this art over here? I think you'd like it. Because I'm a big fan of weasel animals. And I'm not the only one.
Hey, Si, show them your neck.
Yeah. Oh, yes. This little thing here is a silver charm that was custom made by a sculptor named Arlen Robbins.
And you both have one.
Who also sculpted the life-size mermaid statues for hotels in Las Vegas. And she made this commission for my partners at the time, and they gave it to me as a gift, and I never take it off.
Nice.
It's a pine marten.
Mink. And this is a mink that he found for me.
That I got for him.
Very cool. Oh, you two are adorable.
So we met through the family Mustelidae.
Yeah. He asked me, he said, why do your otters and martens have antennas? And my first thought was, wait a minute, this guy recognizes I'm drawing otters and martens. They're pretty cartoony, and he recognizes what they are. Everybody else thinks they're cats. So I said to him, well, just sit down here and I'll explain it to you. And that's the origin of the furry fandom, pretty much.
That's brilliant. Now, if anyone in our
happened with just me or just him, it had to be a collaboration.
Now, if anyone in our Chaos Lounge has got a question, come on up to the camera. Come on up to the pad. And actually, we're going to be calling Fuma up shortly because we're going to be reviewing our time over in Tampa, but not yet. So has anyone else got some great questions about the history of furry? This is your opportunity right now. And also, while we wait, is there a chance that you might be able to drop down into the Chaos Lounge after the show or just before it ends so people can meet you firsthand and maybe make friends with you?
Sure. Yeah, I was intending to do that. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So actually, you know what would be kind of fun is we always end the show by playing a game, Never Have I Ever. You can always jump down at that point and play along with everyone else, and people can give you hugs and show you the love. All right, Zoran has got a question for Cy Sable. How did you come up with the there's a word, Skiltari, and maybe tell us about them for those who don't know them?
Okay, yeah. When I was a science fiction fan for a long time, and I loved Star Trek. One of the things that bugged me about Star Trek after I had become a huge fan of weasels, that happened in grade school, by the way. Whenever it would rain, we would be in the cafeteria for recess, and we would show these Disney movies that the school district had available to show. And we kept showing Beaver Valley, which was one of their true life adventure films. And it had a whole section in it with otters. And I'm going, my God, here's animals that they have fun as part of their lifestyle. I didn't know that animals did that. And I got really intrigued with them. So there's Theta.
There he is.
The skill tear.
Nice.
So watching all these Star Trek episodes and going, why is it that every intelligent alien they run across is human-shaped? Well, of course, that's because of budget. But otherwise, I'm going, couldn't there be intelligent aliens that maybe are mammals, maybe similar to Earth animals, but they're not human shaped? They're not like humans. But what if there were intelligent weasels? So I made up this critter.
What if? no offense point.
I had read some stories by James Schmitz that took place on a water planet colony. And they had fish-like analogs in the ocean. They were cartilage. They weren't bony fish. They were like proto-fish. And the native colonists started calling them skilt. Well, there's a type of a weasel called a fisher. And even though it's a big pine marten, basically, and they do not hunt for fish, but for some reason, the name Fisher got stuck on them. So I made up the word air, A-I-R-E, for hunter. And I, said that the colloquial name for the skill tear when they were discovered in the universe was fish hunter, because the ones that the human colonists saw were the ones in the river that were chasing fish and digging up crayfish and stuff. So they called them the equivalent of fisher or skill tear. And the name kind of stuck. Probably have a scientific name. I've never figured out what it would be, but there are two types. There's the ones like otters that hunt in the river, and there are ones that are lighter weight, have much fluffier fur, and hunt on the ground and in the trees, in the canopy, that are called arboreal. So there's aquatics and arboreal. Besides the body type differences, they have their antennas. The aquatics are kind of bent. They fold over so they don't get caught on stuff in the water. The arboreals actually curl tightly so they don't get caught when they're running through the trees on leaves and things like that. And the antennae are part of an extrasensory system where the skill tear produce an electrostatic field around their body, and the antennas pick up the capacitive distance between things moving in that field and give them a direction and a range. So that's what they're there for. They're an evolved eye whisker, basically.
Everybody online, you are officially deputied to join me in the chant. Finish the book. Finish the book. Finish the book.
Which one? Yeah. I got too many books to finish.
Okay, I've got a question for you real quick.
Finish it.
What do you call a fish with no eyes?
A fish with no eyes?
Yeah.
There's a lot of fish with no eyes. I don't know what you call them, though.
You call them a fish.
Oh, gosh.
That's my time, folks.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you so much, Cy Sable and Vincent Mink. They're not going anywhere. And in about an hour, they're going to join you downstairs for a game of Never Have I Ever. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to get Fuma and KP to join us on the mics, because we're going to go over a convention that we went to in Tampa just yesterday. And you're going to get your geek on. We're going to get all geeky.
Hello.
Geekerific.
How geeky?
Oh, more geek than you can handle. Or can you handle a lot of geek? I think we can. And we made some new friends out there as well. Shapeshifter, who has joined us in our Discord, and who is super cool for joining us in our Discord, because you want to be super cool and you want to join us in our Discord, you got to do it. Come on over and look for us on pawpet.tv. You will see a link, or just search for us on Discord and join in the fun. We have a lot of great chats going on. We share jokes, we share videos, we share stories, we love each other, and then we share Fuma.
Ooh.
Well, not necessarily.
Okay, well, we share his love.
I'll keep it to myself.
There you go. All right, Mia is now following us. Mian, I don't know how to pronounce words.
So this, everybody, this is Fuma. He is our, for our friends in California, he's our mint chocolate chip otter. He's wearing his trademark red scarf, because that is Fuma. Every character he designs has a red scarf.
Right, and we're gonna jump over to our video stream. We got photos. I should be streaming.
Hi, Fuma.
Am I streaming?
Now, Fuma is, he's kind of, excuse me, he helped design a lot of the elements of the Chaos Lounge. So he helps implement a lot of changes. And he helps with a lot of...
Only the working parts.
Only the working parts, yes. All the parts that don't work, he has nothing to do with those.
And Fuma drove us all over to Tampa. Oh, my Fuma, you got legs. Oh, speaking of Shapeshifter, this is her right there. And we bumped into her, taking a photo outside the convention center in about 100-degree weather. Oh my gosh, it was so hot. Fuma had to walk in suit from his car like 2 blocks to get to the convention center. How did you survive that?
It was terrible. It was like 20 minutes done at 100-degree heat. I lost like most of my stamina just getting the car into the convention center.
And we had to stand in a long, like U-shaped line once we got to the convention center to get into the building.
Yes. I did manage to do 3 hours in suit. It's pretty good.
Comic conventions don't have fursuit lounges, unfortunately.
No, they don't.
They don't, and also they do not really pay attention to air movement. So that's why it was a little hard on a lot of the cosplayers. And also the funk. We could smell it everywhere.
The funk.
Well, it's 100 degrees. Everybody's sweating.
Yeah. But we did see some critters out there. We saw some great costumes.
No way to clear it.
Including, we got a Star Fox we ran into, and it was great to see us. Or it was great for us to see him. NASA had a display.
There's a lot of costumes that people made their own. Yeah.
And the people who voyaged over was Toxie in his cosplay, superhero dog. As a matter of fact, I think Toxie can probably join us at this point. Is Toxie, can you rejoin us right now in
probably not even watching
in Zoom? He's probably asleep.
Yeah, more than likely he is.
Maybe.
Toxie, if you are there, please
join us as well.
Yep. And we had some fun videos.
Now, people thought Toxie the puppet was a real dog, but he was carrying around. He had lots of people saying, "Hey, be careful of your dog." And he's like, "It's a puppet."
Now, there were some celebrities there.
You're seeing the celebrity petting zoo right now.
The celebrity petting zoo. Jim Cummings was there. He does a lot of fun voices, including one of my favorites, Hondo Ohnaka from Star Wars. And that's the character between Pooh and Tigger. And of course, everyone knows and loves Rob Paulson. They weren't there at the moment when we took this photo, but they were available. And of course, Maurice Lamar, very popular voice actor.
Yep, they were Pinky and the Brain.
These are illegal photos.
Cool.
Yeah, you're not allowed to take photos. They're illegal photos.
Yeah, we got yelled at for. I got yelled at for taking these photos.
$50 for photos.
But I didn't get yelled at for this one.
In the Chaos Launch, you may have to hit the resync video. It may, because it stopped and came back.
Now, what was really cool, we had to wait until 5 o'clock because Jamie Farr and Loretta Swift, they're from MASH. They were actually at dinner. They had a meal break. And so I waited because I just wanted to say hi. I was like, I can't. I was very upfront with the manager. I'm like, look, I'm not able to. I can't afford to pay $50 for autographs and photos, but I would like to just shake their hands or say hello. And they were like, oh, well, that's nice. Yeah, if there's not a super long line, sure. Jamie Farr got in and he got all situated. I waited my turn. There was only one person in front of me. And he was as gracious. He and Loretta Swift were as gracious as any celebrities I've ever met.
True that.
He was extremely kind. I had mentioned that, you know, I wasn't buying anything because I'm in between jobs and I've been having some health issues. And he immediately was like, "What happened? How are you feeling? Are you doing better?" When I was like, I'm able to walk. I thought I was going to lose my foot, but through the grace of God, I'm good. Everything's fine. And he was like, "That is awesome to see. That's really wonderful." And Loretta Swift, who played Hot Lips Houlihan, she loved Ezra as a puppet. She just, when I walked over, she was like, "Who is this handsome little creature here?" And I put the puppet on the hand and he talked to her for a little while, and she charges $50 for an autograph. She said, after I talked with her, she grabbed my hand, said, "I'm glad you're feeling better. Would you do the honor of letting me give you an autograph?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't want you to, I know you charge for them. I don't want to take anything from you." And she goes, "Well, I want to autograph something for Ezra." And so she autographed a puppet, a portrait.
Pretty sweet.
And and she said, "For beloved Ezra, Loretta Swift." And I just thought it was
that's great.
It was the nicest moment, and I was dumbfounded by it. She was just so sweet. And then off to the side of both of them was Bob Eubanks from the Newlywed Game. And
I didn't know he was still alive.
Yeah, he is. He was telling me he lives in California still. He lives in Thousand Oaks. The only thing that he had a problem with, because we were talking about, you know, his career and everything, and he was like, "Yeah, the stuff on YouTube, I don't get paid a dime for, and you know, I would like to get the residuals because I need money to live on." And he was telling everybody, "Hey, if you want to watch actual like licensed versions of anything, including bloopers, there's a specific service." And I was like, "I'll get that from you," but then he got a long line, so I couldn't talk to him again. But these celebrities were really, really nice. Unlike some of the other quote unquote celebrities that I'd never heard of, they were like, "No, unless you're buying a picture, I don't want you to come up to the table."
We'll go. So we've got other photos from celebrities as well. We've been bouncing around a lot. Other random things that we would see at the convention. If someone can page Toxie, I'm on the phone right now, so I can't text him. But let him know that we're doing the walkthrough right now, and we would love to have him here with us. Some shirts. I almost bought this shirt, Donald Duck. Really nice. More T-shirts. Tons of T-shirts. And we did get some vertical video because of the way the puppeteer was set up. We didn't want to have the puppeteer in the shot, so you will see some vertical videos. Unavoidable.
That was done by design.
Lots of yummy fudge. Let's look at some of the fudges.
Do you see mint chocolate? The mint chocolate fudge?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Fuma fudge.
That's Fuma fudge.
That's Fuma fudge, spider fudge, fudge, spider fudge, strawberry cheesecake, double chocolate, blueberry, vanilla, raspberry.
There's always these club stops at these conventions and fairs.
Blueberry, strawberry.
Teeth are hurting.
Unicorn poo.
Pickle Rick.
And habanero, pepper, and dill pickle fudge. Kind of. Look how much of it is missing. I think people were just curious about how that would taste.
Pickle fudge. Okay.
Pickle fudge.
That would be for Pickles Otter. Who doesn't like pickle?
Pickle lemonade.
Fudge of steel, the dark fudge, America's fudge, butterbeer fudge, butterscotch. Actually, I bet that would be good.
That would be good.
I was very tempted to try some of this. And foxtail fudge, orange creamsicle.
Probably themed the names for the convention itself. I'd probably do that special for each convention.
Some lenticular art. This is from Hell
of a Boss.
No, that's not Hell of a Boss.
Oh no, you're right. That's from Has Been Hotel.
Has Been Hotel, correct.
My bad.
Neat little lenticular. Freddie Mercury cosplay. Had to love it. Had to love it. This is Mayor Loki.
Yep. These two were really fun.
Yeah, they were cute. As a matter of fact, I think you got an interview with them, didn't you?
I did get an interview with them. Well, Ezra got an interview with them.
Captain Boba Fett, America. I love these crossovers. Those are really clever. Oh, and our buddy Dammit Badger was there playing with the lightsabers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good shot to him.
He had a good time.
Oh, this one actually had music playing. Let me
No, this is Daft Punk.
Copyright, you're gonna kill us.
Thanks. I'm getting yelled at.
And that is an Aussie Shepherd that saw Toxie and was like, "What are you?"
He's like, "Fake."
He was like, "I can smell you, and you do not smell dog-like.
You smell weird, dog." And he's checking him out, as dogs do. Nope.
Look at that face.
That was a very disapproving stare.
Yeah, get away from me.
But he was a good boy.
Even the dogs don't want to be next to you.
There's more of Dammit Badger.
Oh, who's that? There's that.
Fuma.
When our fudge comes to life, it becomes a Fuma. Fuma and Dammit.
Had a good time there.
And looks like Twitch just peaked out again.
Hey everyone, I am here at Tampa Bay Comic Con, and look who I ran into. It's my friends Glinda and Dorothy. Hi gals, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, I had a really important question for you. I saw Toto here, and I was wondering, can I get a ride to Oz? Right in the basket?
I don't know if you'll fit, but I do have a lovely friend who does hot air balloon rides.
Really?
He's got much bigger baskets. He'll fit all of us.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Can you take me there?
Yes, let's go.
Let's go. Everybody, we're going to go off to see, is it a wizard?
It's
Maybe. We're off to see the wizard.
We're off to see the wizard.
See y'all later. Let's go.
Bye.
Tap your toes.
Yes, click your heels.
Click your heels.
Oh, click the
That's
heels.
how you get there.
Think of it.
Click. Thank you very much.
I love it when they actually play along in the characters here.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Yeah, of course.
Five Nights at Freddy's action.
Sorry.
You can get in there. That's okay.
That's some nice construction.
Very good suit.
Have a good con.
And she had also a amplifier in her with a microphone.
Hey, I'm Roxanne Wolf, and you're here watching Funday.
We got a little intro for the show.
Little bumper. Yeah.
Everyone, I'm still here at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Look who I ran into. Oh my God, is this Roxanne?
I am Roxanne Wolf, and I am the best.
You are the best?
Yes,
oh my
I am.
Gosh, I'm not going to tell Freddie anything.
Good.
Hey, I want to know, what's your favorite thing that you've done here at Comic-Con so far?
Well, being awesome for one. I'll start off with that, being a rock star. But also, I just love taking pictures with a bunch of different people that are all dressed up.
Oh,
and
you love taking pictures?
I do love taking pictures, especially with other people.
Is your camera big enough? Because you got big hands.
I could go for a little bigger camera. I mean, I am the best. I should have the best camera, right?
Right, you should.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be wandering around, but if I run into you, you going to rock out with us tonight?
I am going to rock out tonight!
Awesome! All right, everybody, we're going back to Tampa Bay Comic-Con, but everybody, thank you, Roxanne Wolf!
It's a little boom in the background.
We should have asked if she killed anybody.
Not yet.
That's what they do. It is Ludo from Labyrinth.
From
Labyrinth. Ludo from Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Real deep dive.
Oh, bad. I'm sorry. I'll go take a bath right now. Hey everyone, I am still here at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Look who I ran into, the one, the only Superman.
Someone just followed.
How does it feel to be the one, the only Man of Steel?
Feels good. Feels good to be the only one here.
Really? Oh my gosh. Well, with all the Spider-Men around here, you probably are the only one, aren't you?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, there's no found any kryptonite, nothing like that?
No, just besides Lex here having it.
Lex? Oh my gosh. Lex is causing problems?
Hello.
What you doing to keep Lex from causing problems?
I'm keeping him in check.
Keeping him in check? Don't let those checks bounce.
Yeah.
LexCorp won't have it.
No, yeah, you're right.
Well, everybody, we are here with Superman. I'm going to go and check out more of Tampa Bay Comic-Con. You going to do the same?
Yes, sir.
All right, so up,
and away.
Everybody, I have found almost God. The man responsible for my favorite tacos in the whole world is Jack from Jack in the Box. Jack, now I understand Jack in the Box is coming to Florida very soon.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I live in Orlando. There's at least one franchise that has been awarded in Orlando. Will you be there? You will? Oh my gosh. Will you make tacos for me? I am in love. Oh, I'm gonna have tacos.
He smells like tacos.
Hey, tacos here. Tacos.
No,
Taxi's here.
Oh, he does?
Give him a lick.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I gotta taste. Oh no.
Not so much. Okay.
No, that was the secret sauce. That wasn't taco sauce. No. But I am so glad to have met you, Jack. Can't wait for your tacos. Everyone, Jack from Jack in the Box. Now back to Tampa Bay Comic-Con.
I thought Jack in the Box made burgers.
They do, but they also make the best ghetto tacos ever.
Ah.
Taxi, we had the shot of you and the other Aussie Shepherd that were there.
Ah. Yes, that was fun.
All right, this was
show off my costume at the Comic-Con.
Oh, that looks. I like that.
Kenpool was there. And Fuma making everybody happy.
I love these Deadpool crossovers.
And that was me and Fuma.
Of course, the Magikarp. Couldn't catch her, though. Couldn't catch her.
Why would you want to catch her?
Because Magikarp turns into your
little Batman.
See, little Batman.
Oh, yeah, fuck these things. Yeah, no. And as soon as I saw them, I'm like, hi, I'll be seeing you in my dreams later. Bye.
And where were they from?
Hill, yeah.
Silent Hill?
Silent Hill. I think it was
Silent Hill.
You can hear Toxie screaming in the background at the end of the video.
Silent Hill 3.
He's scared. Spot from Across the Spider-Verse.
Really close to me. You know, it's funny. As we were leaving, I heard somebody say, God, you know, I can't believe we haven't seen a single person as Spot. And I almost like ran up to them like, he's over there.
Lots of action figures.
Lots of action figures, lots of Godzilla. I was trying to find a replacement Godzilla for ours that we lost, but I could not find it. Of all the Godzillas that were there, we were trying to find the one Godzilla toy that we had on the show back in the day, and I could not find it.
Still around, he just doesn't have a foot.
He just doesn't have a foot.
I have to make my foot.
We gotta dig them out. Because used to play.
But yeah, no, they had a lot. They had like a lot of Godzillas. I'm surprised.
There's a Figaro from Pinocchio, correct?
Yep. And that's a piece of merchandise that someone made into. This is a very hot item. I remember people could not find it when they made it. It sold out instantly, and it was a big rage. I'm in your Tokyo, trash in your city.
Lots of T-shirts.
They're actually making a new Godzilla movie. It's called Godzilla -1. I think I think it's -1, and it's taking place so the bombs were just dropped on Hiroshima, and they're pulling themselves out of the wreckage, and then out of nowhere, Godzilla's like erupts and causes even more trouble right there in Hiroshima, and it's like, oh, okay.
All right, comics are as addictive as sex, but there's no orgasm to let you know when to stop. Isn't it the truth? Vader was there. Oh my God! I just noticed the Thanos in the background. Oh my gosh! I just noticed Thanos back there.
That's so surreal.
I see you, Thanos. Can't hide.
This is Darth Vader welcoming you to another exciting episode of Funday. May the Force be with you.
Got another little intro from Darth Vader. A little Mortal Kombat.
The highlight of my that whole trip was like all the times people came up to me and like, oh my God, I thought that was a real dog. I'm like, he does think he is a real dog. What do you mean?
And unfortunately, our Twitch is buffering again, so hang in there, all. Red pandas are all the rage right now, and I found this fun shirt. Got that for Cresblane. I should have got that for Cresblane, but it's fun.
Someone in the Discord before was saying we should capture the Zoom call and have that on Discord as well, for like moments like this where it can't come through and they can all just watch through the Discord.
People will be able to watch a lot of this on the replay. It's just not working live. So we're recording it from the base station.
Join the lounge too.
PlayStation, yay!
The lounge is working fine.
And of course, some Scott Pilgrim characters. This is, not Roxanne. Is there, no, her name just ran out of my head.
It's her.
What's her name? Toxie. What's her name? Toxie? That was who?
Ramona
Flowers. Thank you.
It's Ramona Flowers.
Okay, a little Iron Giant, only balloons. Balloon Giant. Darkwing Duck Boba Fett.
No, I did not see this one. Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that fun?
That is awesome. I love it.
Very creative.
Let's get dangerous.
Little Nick Fury.
Yep.
Still here at Tampa Bay Comic Con. I lost my doggles, but what did I find? Granny and a putty tat and a Tweety bird. Hi, Granny. How are you?
I'm doing she was so cool.
I'm doing so good. You look so good. Oh my gosh, you look at least 30 years young.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Now I see a putty tat down here. He's not for chasing, right?
Oh, no.
Don't chase the putty tat.
Yes, he is.
Oh, no chasing the putty tat. And for the Tweety Pie, what is the Tweety Pie okay?
Yes.
He's doing fine.
Okay. He's doing wonderful.
Well, great. Well, Tweety and Mr. Sylvester Putty Cat and Granny, I hope you have a fun time the rest of your stay at Tampa Bay Comic Con.
Thank you so much, and you too.
Bye-bye, everybody. Let's go
Can I
check
get a picture with the both of you real quick?
Sure. And we'll be right back after I take these photographs.
I love her syrup.
Comic Cons, you don't expect these kind of cosplays.
Yeah.
I love Mrs. Butterworth. I love
Really
Mrs.
good.
Butterworth. I thought that was great. Another little photo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course. You've got these out on the street corner. That every time you left or entered the convention center, they were there to greet you and give you hugs, and give you kisses.
They were. Oh my! It was ridiculous.
Oh, wow! Winner!
I
think she likes us cosplay. That might help us gain any part of salvation.
Oh God, it's chaos. And we had a nice little lunch.
Yep.
Look at those two. We took that picture for our buddy Dashing.
Yes, because it was
he's being hanged.
This was a restaurant called Hat Tricks, and it has a lot of Tampa Bay and hockey in general memorabilia.
And isn't it interesting that this one hockey memorabilia happens to have his colors?
Yep.
And looks like being hung from a noose.
Pretty cool.
We ran
is
into
weird,
some
though.
furries. The furries were in the house.
The place to go.
Very brave furries.
Yeah, there's a bike trooper.
All of the cosplayers were really stamina. We can't play these. Okay, we're gonna lose that because we don't get dinged.
Oh, that was a good one too.
I know that was a good one, but we can't because we get dinged. But if you can see these videos in their entirety on our Discord, so please join our Discord and you can see how fun that video was that we couldn't show here on the show. So the convention center layout.
Yeah, in essence.
A really good one too.
Now this was a little interesting VR setup that they had, where you were on a simulator. I want one of these. Can we get one of these yet? Because it'll fit in your living room, right? It'll be like a massage chair. You can go wee. Oh, sweetie pies. Another critter. Poodle.
And we had a few people from the convention actually join the Discord too.
Nice. I loved this one. This was probably my favorite. Just the fact that they did it.
Yep, Indiana Jones and Dr. Jones or Professor Jones.
Look at this. I'm speechless because I found Wonder Woman. Oh, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. You know what my favorite part is? Spin, girl, spin.
Oh God! Nice.
All right. My day at Tampa Comic Con is now complete. I got to see Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman just leveled up.
Yes. Thank you so much, Wonder Woman.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, bark! Bark, 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 bark! Bark, bark! I found a friend of mine. Bark, bark, bark! Bark, bark, bark! Oh, bark, bark! Oh, bark, bark, bark! Bark, woof! Oh, woof, woof, bark, bark! Woof, bark, 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 bark! Oh,
It's really animated for it being 100 degrees outside.
Yeah. I find my
They're only
friends
with
here
the
at
only
Tampa
AC.
Bay Comic Con.
There's no AC elsewhere.
Yeah, there was only like very selective areas that had AC, and if you stopped moving, you just like start sweating like crazy. Like so, you had to continuously keep walking around.
Bane.
Yep.
The Tiger King.
Hey, this is Joe Scottick, and you're watching Funday.
Had some LARPing going on, actual battling and training. These guys are going at it. These are some real hits.
Very brave in the heat again.
SCA. And some calligraphy.
Yeah, I was having a nice little talk with this lady.
Now what happens is if you hit someone in the knees, that means you got to drop down to your knees because your legs were just chopped off, and you have to finish the battle with on your knees.
Good afternoon. For those of you who have just joined us, we are the SCA, and what you're watching this afternoon is heavy armored combat.
Yeah, there's a lot of combat rules to this.
This is the closest thing you can get to lawn darts today.
Just play with lawn darts.
See, he went down to his knees because he got hit in the knees. Some more overhead shots of the entire convention
The
center.
whole rule set. No, that's, yeah.
Several floors.
4 floors.
4 floors.
Now, 30 years ago, Is this where furry grew from? Like, our furry conventions will be like an annex to these types of conventions?
That's some of the questions I want to get into later. I want to find out what their predictions are of furries in the future, like 20, 30 years from now.
Hey everyone, still here at Tampa Comic Con, and guess what? I've run into Dr. Strange. He is so cool. He's not strange at all though. He's awesome. How are you, Dr. Strange?
Doing pretty good out here today.
Feeling good?
Flew from downtown, you know.
Oh, you
came
flew?
down? Yeah, used my powers.
Oh, I had to run. Used all 4 feet.
Oh man.
Yeah, and it's hot out there. My
It
paws
is
are
hot out
burning. Can you teach me how to fly?
Oh yeah. So the first thing first is you get to put your hands underneath the cape.
Hands? I have a bandana.
Oop, and we got yanked. One moment, please. We accidentally pulled a cord that we probably should not have.
Oh, okay. I thought you stopped recording.
No. We're still recording over the base. So please hold. We needed to check something. We're having a lot of technical problems. Yappy's super frustrated, understandably. So we got to give Yappy lots of hugs. He's a trooper tonight.
Click up.
You made him poop on the floor.
It's okay. It's just a reaction.
You know what? I think we should go that away to get away from that on the floor.
Yeah, we might move
Yeah,
steps
we might
aside.
wanna-
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to fly over here. We'll be back later for more from Tampa Comic Con.
And you can see all these full footages on our Discord in cons and events.
Hey everyone, I am here in the Star Wars exhibit at Tampa Comic Con. Look who I found. It's our friend BB-8. Hey BB-8, I'm wondering if you could kind of do a few things for us. Would you mind, like maybe going backwards a little bit? Yeah, go to the back of the room. Thank you, BB-8. Oh, you're so good. And now come back forward. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're so good. Oh, you're so great. And can you do a little circle? Go around in a little circle if you can. Can you go around in a circle? He's thinking about it. Come on, BB-8. There you go. In a circle. Ah, that's so awesome. I want to be a droid, except it's not BB-8. I want to be K9 too. Yes. All right, everybody. Having fun with BB-8 here at Tampa Comic Con. We'll be looking around a little bit more.
K9 too. BB-8's behind you, buddy.
Oh no. Oh. No.
Skeletor was there, and we managed to get him to do a little bit of an intro for us.
You're watching Funday.
And then we wanted him to do a little bit more, and he messed up, but it was actually kind of fun.
This is Skeletor, and you're watching Furry Food, you.
Try it again.
All right, 3, 2, go.
Nah, this is Skeletor, you furry fools, and you're watching Funday.
It's like you guys are ashamed to say the real name.
Well, it's a lot to say. To teach people on the spot, Funday Pawpet show, they just get confused, so we just try to simplify it, and it's just easier for them to say Funday, because it's unless you're us, we know the name by now, but people who are just figuring it out, it's a lot.
You could just say FPS then, because that sounds better than Funday.
Sure, we can do that. That's fine. FPS.
Here's Michael Myers.
First-person shooter. Michael Myers. And I asked Michael Myers if he wouldn't mind doing a little intro, and he walked away because he was Spanish and didn't speak English.
No, I thought it was. Oh, this is my
I
favorite.
had just found here at Tampa Comic Con a WWF legend. That's how far back we're going. It's the one and only Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, dig it. Look at this guy right here. He's looking good, isn't he?
Yeah, almost look, your glasses are the same color as my fur, and you got more hair on your face than I have on mine.
Little bit, but you got plenty of fur right there.
I know, look at that. So how's everything been? Haven't seen you in a little while. Everything good?
It's good. I've been busy, you know, doing things, but everything's good.
Awesome. Well, you having a good time here at Tampa?
I am. Always a good time at Tampa Bay Comic Con 2023.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So everybody, this is Randy Macho Man Savage. You better snap into a Slim Jim.
Uh-huh.
And let's get back to Tampa Comic Con.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. And Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was it. Oh, Justice League. That's right. We have this one.
Hey everyone, here at Tampa Comic Con, I ran into some true legends. This is the OG Justice League, and time has not been quite so kind, but they are the OG Justice League. What do you guys want to say to all
I just noticed the medications on his utility belt.
Good afternoon!
You just realized his utility belt.
Do you have any more shark spray
I
left?
will say one thing. Where am I? You try to be born in 1938 and see how you look nowadays.
You look super.
Yeah, you look super. I have a little gray hair too, so I get it. Robin,
It's
you
just
doing
like,
all right?
I don't know how I got
I
here.
don't even know where I'm at. You don't know where I'm at? All right. And Flash, your leg doing okay?
Oh, good. I didn't even notice that.
Oh, you didn't even notice that he had a broken leg? Oh.
All right, well, everybody, the OG Justice League right here in Tampa at Tampa Comic Con. We're going to head back to the Funday Pawpet show.
Nice.
Ah, we found some gotcha machines. Yee. I'm gonna get my pet demon.
It's always a surprise. You never know what you're gonna get.
Ooh, let's see what we got.
What is it?
It's a little demon dog.
And it goes in the dark. And you like it? And you happy?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. He's got his toy.
Oh, yes. Oh, wait. Okay, right there. Oh, boy.
I have a fizz gig at home.
Fizz gig?
Yeah.
Oh,
for the
that's
dark
great.
crystal.
Keep scratching.
Oh, you gotta pet him too.
This is Ezra. I'm Ezra. And that's Toxin.
Hello.
They're both boys.
This is a girl.
What? Thank you.
That's a girl.
Well, if you listen to the voice, maybe, but technically I think he's a boy.
Oh boy. What?
He has issues.
What?
So, are you dressed as anyone in particular today?
Death from Sandman.
Death from Sandman.
Nice.
Kind of like casual.
Okay.
That's a good one. I like Sandman.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me play.
Oh no, thank you for booping the snoot. Boop. You're welcome.
Have a good con. She kept calling everybody girls. Corey Feldman's there. Look at that.
Pictures! No pictures!
Look at that hair. Not a gray hair on that head. How does he do it? How does he keep so young?
Not one natural hair color on that head.
Lots and lots of hair dye.
Yeah.
And the critters were there, and they gave us a little opening. Love them. Oh, okay, there you go. Cool. So there you go. That's our little adventure off to Tampa Bay Comic Book Convention. Thank you very much, Toxie and Fuma and KP and Dammit Badger. And we got to have breakfast with his two sons. They were really awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. That's our day. All right, off to rock.
Got video and launching in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, beautiful.
Hey,
Oh, nice circles. I like that. Come down a little fast.
That was majestic. Look at it, and
Wow, that was cool.
any landing you can walk.
let me just go set this up.
Hello, everyone. Today on Rocket's Junk, we're going to take a look at this special edition tribute magazine. I think People's Magazine put this out in 1990. Bugs Bunny turned 50. There's some a lot of Bugs Bunny Warner Brothers themed ads in here, but the real reason for getting this is that there is an animation carousel right about center. How about that? It's for Carrot Blanca, I guess, is what they're mainly talking about, but they got some reproduction roughs and model sheets in here. Box Office Bunny, of course, being the first Bugs Bunny animated cartoon in a number of years. And we have here, actually this is the center fold, we have a number of tributes by famous comic strip artists or their successors in some cases. There's Kathy Geiswhite, who hails from Midland, Michigan, where I earn my living. Tank McNamara, I don't know if anybody remembers Tank. The Simpsons got in on it. DC Comics, Mother Goose and Grimm. They have an article in here. Chuck Jones and Friz Freeling, probably were the surviving animators from the time. They mention some more advertising. Tiny Toons, there's Steven Spielberg. Yeah, this is when Tiny Toons is about to be released. But what's really interesting is that there's an article on how to do cartoon voices. There were some techniques. I guess some artists will drink a quart of milk, or maybe take a sip of olive oil when doing some really demanding voices, like say Yosemite Sam. And they mentioned that Mel Blanc had an exam by a noted throat specialist, and they said he had pipes like Pavarotti. So we close out with this special edition magazine and return you to the Funday Pawpet Show.
Leave a good impression with this impressive cast aluminum textured mallet with two distinctive surfaces for that special problem poppet. Get yours today, exclusively at the Bunkhouse.
This is Learning to Spell with Donnell. I've been Donnell Jackson, and today we're going to spell the word horticulture. Let's spell it now. Horticulture. Horticulture. Now let's use it in a sentence. Last night I took my girl Ophelia to the Art Institute. Just trying to introduce that horticulture. This has been Learning to Spell with Donnell. And I'll be Donnell Jackson.
Well, he took that whore to town.
Horticulture.
I love Darnell.
Trying to teach that horse some culture, yeah.
Oh,
you can't hurt me.
Oh, I don't know if we can or not. Yeah, that's true. Toxie's not here.
I have superpowers now.
Oh, you do.
Fly away.
But you can mute him, though.
No, well, what we can do is we did have a few donations and a few new subscribers, so you know what that means. It's the frying pan, even though you're not here.
Are you just hitting this? Oh my god. Ow.
See, it hurts. Still hurts.
No, I've just been traumatized.
Had an idea.
What?
So I am now connected to, I disconnected from Miami and I disconnected from Atlanta. I'm now connected to Virginia, and we're holding at a 3% cash, so we're doing better than we had been.
I don't know what any of that meant.
It sucks.
He's going across the entire country to make sure that this show is staying on the air for you.
I'm trying to find a server that isn't bitching, because like I said, the VR chat video works fine, but this freaking link to Miami and Atlanta has been sucking.
Don't you hate that you have to do a layover in Atlanta all the time, even on the show?
Can't stand it.
I feel like giving Toxie a present.
What, a present?
Yes.
I like presents.
Okay, good. Once you receive it, though, you're going to have to use it for the show.
Did Cooner come in? Someone just said hi to Cooner.
Huh?
Is that?
Where did you see hi to Cooner?
Hi, Cooner from
In the
Pack
chat.
Ready. Is Cooner here? He used to be on the show a long time ago, and a very good friend of ours to this day still. Well, if you are out there, Cooner.
No, he was talking to Cooner like Tony Ringtail being a raccoon.
Oh, that's not. Never mind. Well, that's still cool because we love Tony Ringtail as well. But no, there actually is someone named Cooner that used to be on the show. It gets confusing. So, we are in the Chaos Lounge, and our buddy Boots, who just had a birthday, just a couple of days ago, right?
Yep.
It was yesterday. Or 2 days ago.
Oh my God!
A couple of days ago.
Was it
The
2
hell?
days ago?
It was the 28th.
That's a lot of stuff on that wall.
So you know what we got to do? We got to sing him our birthday song, and to him and everyone who just recently celebrated a birthday. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Happy birthday.
All right. Well, let's. Go ahead, Mike, go ahead and start.
Okay, we're gonna tell some Boots jokes. Long joke is long. I guess I'm gonna start it off. Okay, my grandpa said when he was young, he could go to the store with $2 in his pocket and get milk, bread, and cheese. But nowadays, there's cameras everywhere. I gotta do about my jokes. Hold on. And then one, and then there you go. A little late than ever.
What kind of night is great at winning things, but you'll never see coming? Surprise.
What?
Surprise.
Why is dark? Why is dark spelled with a K and not a C? Because you can't see in the dark.
Who's next?
Oni?
Oni, you want
Toxie?
Okay.
I
What?
can't read it. I'm sorry.
I can't read the second word. What is that one?
My mom.
Oh.
My mom died.
My mom died because we forgot her blood type. As she died, she kept telling us, be positive. Selfless until the very end.
All right.
I hate it.
My W.E.
I think it's wife.
My wife is so cheap.
Wife.
She cooked a
cooked a
sponge cake, and someone else gonna read this. My wife is so cheap. She cooked a sponge cake, and used it to clean the kitchen afterwards.
There are 3 kinds of rings in marriage: engagement ring, wedding ring, and suffering. By Shortcake.
Thank you, Shortcake. And that was Kyber who told the other joke.
There are 2 kinds of people in the world. One, those who can extrapolate data from incomplete data. And that's it. From Rhino Wolf.
Who's next? Me?
Or Oni.
All right.
Or Oni.
Oni, you want one? Oni?
Okay. It takes a lot of balls to golf the way I do.
Core the Wolf. Oh, a lot of laughs from that one. People love that joke. What do you call a bathroom visit that lasts from 11:59 p.m. to 12 a.m.? Same shit, different day.
Traffic in the big city is like marriage. You're often stuck in it because of an accident. By Limbo Jack.
Thank you, Limbo and Arctic Flare for the one prior.
How much room do you need to grow fungi? Not much room for Minari.
All right.
Oni?
Oni, you want that one?
Which one are we on?
Why the fox?
Okay. Why did the fox only date equestrians? He was seeking a stable relation.
Rocky Coyote. What does Pink Floyd and Princess Diana have in common? Their latest hits was The Wall.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. Oh.
Where do sidewalks go to die? The cemetery. Closet.
You know, when you compare a window to a wall, the difference is clear from Stargazer. Oni?
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to read. What was that one say?
What do motors? What do motors?
Oh, what do motors use for hearing? Engineers.
All right, thank you everyone who submitted gags. We get a lot of these from our Discord. We have a jokes channel, so if you ever need to know a good joke, head on in there. And thank you, Boots, for being the host of the jokes.
And let's do a photo.
It is group shot time, group photo time. Fur Demon, please wrangle these cats.
The joke about hitting the wall, that one could also work with Dale Earnhardt.
It could.
No one else could.
You could.
The world typed correctly right now.
It's group shot time.
Okay, group one, everyone. Try turning around just in case walking somewhere. If you are, like maybe duck down a bit.
You're.
If you can't see the camera can't see you.
There we go.
Yeah, our stats are kind of low tonight. Small group.
Yeah, we had a lot of technical issues, but I'm sure maybe people will watch on the replay. But
click.
Click.
There. We got some cliques.
All right. Thanks everyone for being part of the fun. All right. Now what time is it? We've got. Okay. So before we do Never Have I Ever, what we want to do is we want to ask one more question to Cy Sable and Vin Sun Mink. So you have seen the furry fandom from literally day one to today, and it's been about what, 50 years, you think? 50 or so?
Whatever, since about the mid 80s.
Mid 80s? Not 50 yet. So 40?
No, 40.
40, about 40 years. So it has grown into VR. It's grown into fursuiting. It's grown into massive conventions that are going around the world with thousands and thousands of people who attend. Where do you see it 20 or 40 years from now?
One sec.
Like anything anyone has ever known.
Boom. All right. Me. Wow. Well, did anybody see the film Ready Player One?
We did.
I have.
Yeah. More and more VR, and we're all going to be in fursuit, and I might have to turn it off now and then to make sure we actually leave.
No.
Just reset the servers.
Yeah, once it gets good enough, hook me up into an IV drip, put me in a hospital, and let me be small doggo.
Yeah, now do you possibly see any biological action happening sometime near the future? Who knows? Maybe there's some people are doing a lot of body redesigning, so maybe a little bit more body modifications.
I don't know.
Maybe a skin transplant into fur.
Oh well,
muzzle extension.
I don't do any piercings. I don't do any tattoos. I don't want anything that permanent. I'm waiting for the thing where you put it under your skin and it's all fiber optic, and you like wake up in the morning and go boop 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 boop. That's what I want my skin to look like.
There you go. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Can I give you a possible prediction?
Yes.
The future of the furry fandom. The entire furry fandom in the future is going to coalesce into one almost homogeneous thing, because everybody living south of Alaska is going to melt in this stupid heat, and we're all going to be one big puddle.
That is quite possible. Yes. South of Alaska or north of the Antarctic tips.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Or of course, before that, we'll all drown when the ice melts and the water the sea level raises. I mean, you're living in Florida now.
Yeah. Well, Atlanta will become the new Atlantis.
Exactly. Exactly.
With every purchase that comes into our store, I always give a bag, even though they're like, oh, I don't need a bag. But I always reply, but I'm trying to destroy the world. Pollution is a group effort. This takes all of us. Between all of us together, we can make the world a little shittier each and every day. And hey, if we do our jobs right, we all get beachfront property.
That's so sweet.
That's adorable. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, Cy Sable and Vincent Mink, thank you so much for being guests on tonight. We loved having you.
Yes.
Now, these two are probably going to go jump down into the VR Chat Chaos Lounge, and they're going to play along with us for Never Have I Ever, aren't you?
Yes.
All right, so now before we split real quick, please give us some wonderful words to live by.
You first.
That was a dirty trick. Just, the old golden rule. Treat others as you would have yourself be treated. And if you're really curious about how things are working, always check your sources. Always make sure that the information you have is correct. Or don't spread it.
Good idea. All right. Nice one.
My grandpa
Okay, and
always used to
Vincent?
say, never waste a boner, never trust a fart.
Okay, Vincent, what's yours?
Couple of quick ones. Someone better than me said, there is no substitute for paying attention.
What?
There...
Jerk.
Oh, what an ass.
Very good, very good, very good. And, oh my gosh, this is our mother. Love her. We only get one.
Thank you both. All right, love you guys. That was awesome. All right, now let's jump down into the Chaos Lounge for a little wrap up with Never Have I Ever. Going to be joined by Cy Sable and Vincent Mink.
Oh, wow.
Ow. So we're going to do 2 rounds. They'll probably join us for the second round. We might do 3. Who knows?
All right.
It's 9:30.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys
All
ready for
over.
Never Have I Ever? Are you hyped for Never Have I Ever? You excited? Are y'all excited?
Yeah.
Are you super excited?
Everyone's all lined up.
All right.
Get over here! Secret, wake up!
Secret.
There we go.
All right, now if anyone in our Discord, in our Twitch chat has got one for us, please throw it our way. Until then, we're going to be hitting our Discord for the Never Have I Ever questions. Let's back it up a bit to some earlier dates.
Okay.
I lost my tracking.
Backing it up, backing it up, backing it up.
Well, while he's doing that, I'll start off. Never have I ever used a nickname based on an existing character, like Secret Squirrel. Okay. Did you ever have a character name that you based off of a pre-existing character? No matter how long ago.
Based on a real character.
When I was a kid.
Secret Squirrel did.
Commercial character.
Closet was jumping all over Secret.
Well, of course, because you're jumpable.
Yeah. What?
Closet was jumping all over Secret. I guess Secret didn't get in the picture because Closet was in all over him.
Oh. Well, you've been trampled on by the best.
I was in the picture. He's just jumping on me right now.
All right, Puma asks, never have I ever learned a programming language. Have you ever learned a programming language? Step forward.
I learned basic. I learned basic.
You didn't have to learn it all, but you got to learn it.
A little bit. Damn it. If it's only I learned a little bit.
I had to learn basic a little bit.
All right. Arctic Flare wants to know, never have I ever had anything commissioned. Have you ever had anything commissioned, like artwork or a fursuit? A sculpture, maybe an avatar. Only everyone.
Look at that. Closet Fox is tied for the lead.
Actually, I never have. Actually, it's not true. Just recently I did.
Closet Fox is tied for the lead with many other people.
Don't end up.
All right. Odegon Magoo says, never have I ever had a movie released on his birthday. Have you ever had a movie released on your birthday? I'm sure a lot of people.
Technically we have.
I mean, yeah, technically. That was an easy one. I should have proofread that one.
Revenge of the Sith.
Have you ever had a movie released on your birthday that you were anxious to see? Let's put it that way. That you were anxious to see.
Target teacher. Anxious to see.
Target teacher.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna put this back in the middle here. I'm gonna edit Shortcake's next one.
I don't remember.
Do you have a celebrity that shares your birthday and you know their name? Do you know what celebrity shares your birthday? If you actually know what celebrity shares your birthday, step forward.
I do.
You've got to know what celebrity that shares your birthday. Rio does. Rio, who's the celebrity that shares your birthday?
I didn't move forward.
Oh, you didn't? I'm sorry. Oh, no, it's Ajax. Ajax. What celebrity shares your birthday?
Does internet celebrity count?
Yes.
Sure.
Marlo Thomas from That Girl.
Marlo Thomas from That Girl. Nice. Boots, did you move forward?
Yes.
Yes, and who was your celebrity birthday?
Tom, who writes Two Kinds comic. So
Nice. Oh my gosh. Shy Matsy moved forward. Shy, who shares your birthday?
Yep.
Tom.
Who?
I got one.
Becky G. She's a
Becky
music
G.
artist.
Nice.
Yeah, my celebrity birthday is John Lennon. John Lennon was born on mine.
John Lennon. I share a birthday with Deep Roy, the little person actor who was in all of the Willy Wonkas.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
His birthday was Markiplier.
Now I want to look it up and see if there's any celebrities born on my birthday.
I read that comic before I even knew
All right.
Markiplier one.
Never have I ever taken a shit in the woods. Never have I ever taken a shit in the woods. Step forward.
I had to take the worst shit out.
I do that all the time.
It happens.
It's true. It's true.
I had to leave my
When you're out on a 100-acre farm and you're too far away from the bathroom, you gotta front up against the
All right. Here's one for you guys. Here's one. Never have I ever heard someone's. Never have I ever heard the song "Hello Mutta, Hello Fada." Here I am at Camp Granada.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's an earworm.
I've heard that one. Record that it's on.
All right. Arctic Flare wants to know, never have I ever actually pet an otter. Have you ever pet an otter? Step forward. A real otter, not a avatar. A real otter.
John.
He got me. Come here, John. Come here.
All right. Arctic Flare also wants to know, never have I ever completed an escape room. Have you ever done an escape room? Step forward.
And one. You completed it.
You had to complete it. You had to complete it. You had to escape. What?
Escaping from your date's bedroom.
No.
Something like, does sacrificing parts of your team count as winning?
No.
Most of us made it.
Never have I ever celebrated something in VR. Have you ever attended an anniversary, a birthday, any kind of celebratory thing in VR?
Oh, we have a winner? Ajax! No, he's up to 10. He's up to 10. We didn't have the camera back far enough.
Just one more.
All right. Kyber wants to know, never have I ever used more than one adapter to convert something you needed. You had to use more than one adapter to convert something you needed.
Ajax, he's our first place.
Ajax got it.
The soap has won.
All right, we're gonna see who gets the second place. Ajax is the first place winner.
Here's a pretty common one, but not a good one. Never have I ever sprained an ankle. You ever sprained an ankle?
Oh, yeah, just on a can of tomato sauce and dark.
So who is that? Is that
Reyes and Hybrid.
Reyes and Hybrid. Second place. If y'all will step to the side, we're going to find our third place winner.
All right, Matt Wolfwood wants to know, never have I ever walked into a glass door. Have you ever walked into a glass door?
Amber Storm has, Boots has.
Boots has, I have.
And Ari has, so there's your 4 lines.
I've walked into a glass wall, and it hurt. All right, everyone, back to the start. We're going to see who wins the next round.
All right.
If I walked through a glass door, that counts. You went too straight through it.
Everybody, this is going to be a shameful one. This is a shameful one. Never have I ever done something that caused a computer to crash. Never have I ever done something that caused that caused your computer to crash.
Yes, it has to be done.
All right. Every day. Anari Shep wants to know, never have I ever stayed up for more than 48 hours. Have you stayed up for more than 48 hours? That's over 2 days. You lunatics.
What?
5 is where things get painful.
Yes, it's called Furry Month.
Playing video games.
Okay, how about this one, guys? Never have I ever intentionally kept something that someone left behind at your house.
Oh, you liked it. You wanted to keep it.
You kept it.
Naughty, naughty.
You kept their underwear. Actually, I've got one of Closet's masks.
Did you take some? All right. Fuma wants to know, never have I ever visited someone in jail. Have you ever gone to visit someone in jail? Step forward.
Yes, I've done that.
In jail,
There was a local that was in jail for a little while. A couple of us went there visitors.
Actually, are given free to run a criminal. It's
Oh, here's an interesting one. Never have I ever held a world record. Has anyone here ever held a world record for anything? Boots has. Boots, what world record did you hold?
That had a world record. It was the largest
actually, I just won.
What was it?
I don't know. It was won $175 on my card.
Too far away.
Ooh.
Not a world record, John.
Slavic wants to know, have you ever bought parts from a junkyard? Have you ever bought parts from a junkyard? Step forward. Gone to a junkyard and bought them parts.
But John, that wasn't a world record. $175 on your car is not a world record.
I guess John's got to go back. You might need to go back, John, because...
Good day, sir! All right. Never have I ever done something that got a movie star or a musician angry at you. Have you ever done something that got a movie star or a musician angry at you?
Oh, it happens. It happens. I did once.
Fonz's hand. Never.
You went to shake the Fonz's hand and he got mad at you?
I actually embarrassed him.
Oh boy, Boots! How dare you? How dare you offer such a kind gesture? And
Should've gone, "Hey!"
Don't do it again. Don't do it. He's so sad.
He's not sorry.
Bam Margera's brother broke my friend's arm at
there's a lot of people here. Nice.
at the ball drop for New York, and yeah, it was not cool.
Never have I ever accidentally broken a chair by sitting in it. Have you ever broken a chair by sitting in it?
Yes, I have.
Me to break one.
It was my
fault.
I did.
Oh, that's right. At the state fair.
Yes. Yeah.
But that wasn't my fault. That was my fault.
That was all your fault. You were in the chair. You broke it.
No, you broke it.
All right. Never have I ever passed out from getting drunk from Arctic Flare. Have you ever passed out? Drank so much you passed out. Party mania. All right. Also from Arctic Flare, never have I ever been an Uber driver. Have you ever been an Uber driver? Step forward. Few people have.
I did once in Virginia. It was
Never have I ever learned how to knit. Have you ever learned how to knit? Step forward.
Yes.
Wow, people getting close to the end.
No.
Almost there. Hybrid might win this one. All right. Arctic, if you're a man, never have I ever had shoulder length hair. Have you ever let your long hair grow all the way down to your shoulders? Step forward. All right, Hybrid gets it. Oh, that's loud. All right.
Oh man, I remember the days I actually had a mullet.
No!
Yes.
That's never cool.
Hey, I didn't care. I wanted one.
All right, Arctic Flare also wants to know, never have I ever bought a raunchy magazine. Have you ever bought a raunchy magazine?
Yeah!
I'm stepping forward on that one. I've done it. I have hormones. I have needs.
There's a wall. There's a wall.
Here's an easy one, guys. If you're a supporter of the show, never have I ever made a contribution to give Toxie a bonk on the head.
Oh, have you ever made a contribution to get Toxic bombs?
I'm going for it.
You people have. Very good. All right, you are the first place winners.
Support them on Twitch, but no.
Arctic Flare wants to know, never have I ever used a fire extinguisher. Second place. Have you ever used a fire extinguisher? Reyes has.
I tried to cook once.
You tried to cook once, and it didn't work out so well.
Intrusive thoughts.
I used it, but not on a fire.
What did you try to cook?
Accidentally dropped the fire extinguisher from the top of the
I had a stainless steel 12-inch pan, and I was gonna do some seared chicken breast, right?
Yeah.
I had on my electric range, and gosh, this thing, my electric thermometer just said it wasn't getting hot. It got so hot, it started turning color.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, well, it must be hot, so I threw a little bit of clarified butter in. Smoke ball. And
Oh
then it lit
boy.
on fire, and
Fire
then you need that
everywhere.
fire extinguisher.
All right, well, I'm glad you're okay. All right, next one. Never have I ever put a celebrity poster in your room, a poster of an actual celebrity in your room, like David Bowie, Harry Potter, Farrah Fawcett.
Megan Fox from that movie when she played a prostitute in the 20s.
And Shy Massey's done that.
Does Andrew Ryan count?
My
All right.
poster was of Bart the Bear.
Cresblaine asks, never have I ever attended more than one con in the same month. Have you ever done 2 or more conventions in 1 month?
Cy Sable did that.
Cy Sable has.
Yeah.
Great.
Fair count.
All right, so was that our first, second, and third?
Oh, that's like 4th and 5th. We're good.
4th and 5th?
Yeah, but we can keep going, get everybody across the finish line if you want.
Well, let's bring them back to the front because we can do another round.
Okay.
Everyone go back to the front.
Back to the front.
Front to the front. Back to the front.
Oh, there's Vice Mink. We gotta get him friendly.
There it is. Okay, we gotta friend our friends. Cy Sable and
I cannot see the
Bison Mink are in the room right now. Give them some loving. Give them some friendship.
Oh, so many people. Holy crap.
Yep.
To another. All right, let's start with this one, guys and gals. Never have I ever had my character, my persona, on a T-shirt. Have you ever had your character put on a T-shirt?
Yes.
My character put on
Your character put on a T-shirt?
Yeah, you have a custom T-shirt made with your persona.
Oh, wait. Okay, not your character wear a T-shirt, but you have your character actually printed on a T-shirt.
Yes.
Okay, have you had your character printed on a T-shirt?
Yeah.
You narcissistic bastards.
You do too.
I know.
Well,
Never had your character printed.
never have I ever went to a Golden Corral for breakfast. Have you ever gone to a
Yes, I
Golden
have.
Corral for breakfast? Step forward.
It was awful.
I like their breakfast.
New Jersey one.
They got the worst breakfast in my opinion.
All right. This is how evil some of you are. Guys, there's an evil one. Never have I ever taken food food off someone else's plate.
Oh, have you ever eaten food off someone else's plate? I did that yesterday. I ate some of KP's French fries.
Well, you asked me though, and I was like, that's okay.
Well, I still took them. I still did it. I still took it.
Wait, what?
Have you ever eaten off of someone else's plate?
Oh, yes.
I don't know where the line is.
I did it tonight.
With pride. All right, Neon Coyote wants to know, never have I ever learned sign language. Have you ever learned sign language? Step forward.
Just the bad words.
And it just doesn't mean the middle finger. The middle finger is not sign language.
I can say my name is, and I can do I love you and a few other things.
No. You didn't say how much sign language.
It's some, so it's just some words.
The friend.
All right.
Yep.
Chris Blaine wants to know, never have I ever gotten a nosebleed from a high altitude. Have you ever gone up so high that you got a nosebleed? Step forward. Fur has. Okay, Inari has. I've gotten a nosebleed from picking my nose. That sucks. I was trying to get a good crispy one out of there and it started bleeding. It's horrible.
We've asked this before, but we'll ask it again. Never have I ever experienced phantom touch.
Have you ever experienced phantom touch?
In VR.
You better believe it.
The first Star Wars prequel, no. Phantom touch isn't nice when it's in your eye socket.
Phantom touch isn't nice when it's in your eye socket, says Reyes.
No.
Just saying.
Never have I ever found more than $100 that you hid in your house. Did you ever hide money like over $100 in your house and you forgot about it and then you just found it one day?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what happened to me.
All right. Never have I ever stepped in animal doo-doo and not realized it until you already tracked it in the house. Oh, I got doo-doo on the carpet.
What do you say?
Oh no.
Animals, right?
Aisha! You get that stuff everywhere.
Okay, so then you can
You get that stuff everywhere.
Never have I ever, this is from Dusty, never have I ever been to a strip club. Have you ever been to a strip club? Step forward. A lot of people have. I've done it.
Yeah, just for educational reasons.
I saw boobies. I went for the breakfast buffet, actually. The breakfast buffet was amazing.
I had to go for like bachelor party.
Never have I ever submitted a formal contract before having intercourse. Never have I ever submitted a formal contract before having intercourse. Oh, and Ari has. Oh, he's doing it official. He's getting down legally. You had it notarized and everything? Good, okay.
Start to get back
Your lawyer involved.
Think back when you were in school. Back to high school and before. Never have I ever spent time in detention. Who got detention when you were in high school or younger?
Oh, I got detention.
Stuff I never did.
Yeah, I did, but I
Never have I ever been held up at gunpoint. Has anybody ever been held up at gunpoint?
Yeah.
I actually have.
That hasn't happened to me.
It's not fun. It's terrifying.
I was working at Hero Imports and a guy pulled a gun and said, I want all the money out of the cash register.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've been held up.
Matt Wolfwood wants to know, never have I ever eaten from the candy bins at the grocery store. Maybe a little kid you didn't understand, but there was little candy bins at the grocery store and you grabbed a gummy bear or something like that.
I work at a grocery store and I hate people like you.
I even worked at one of those bulk places.
I was 7. I didn't know it better.
Never have I ever played poker. Have any of you played poker?
Have you played poker? Step forward.
Strip poker, maybe?
All right. Well, strip poker would count, but all right. Side Sable has won first place. Nice.
And I think Fur did as well.
And who else did? Fur as well?
Yep.
Fur, did you win also? Yay, Fur!
Yeah,
Fur and Cy Sable win the first rounds.
Yeah! Yeah, we're pathetic. High five.
Wow.
All right, Arctic Flare wants to know, never have I ever broken a video game controller in frustration. Have you ever broken a video game controller?
Stupid
Frustration. Stupid controller!
To be fair, those Mad Catz controllers suck.
I got scared in the Five Nights at Freddy's world and accidentally threw
If you
it.
get too high, it gets frustrated and I hit the
Never. It's gonna like.
Crunch, yeah.
He's like,
Do we have any from the chat here?
hello.
No, people are just commenting.
Hey, Sai. You got the key.
Yeah, I actually have a funny story about breaking.
Well, let's get through. Yeah, let's get through the rest of these real quick, and then we'll do the story.
How about this one? Never have I ever watched a movie 3 times in a row. Have you ever watched a movie 3 times in a row? Maybe you just got
I
Zootopia
watched the first Pokemon.
for 3 times in a row. I did Endgame. I watched Endgame literally on loop all week long. It just kept replaying. All right, who won the second round? Who got second place on that one?
A lot of people.
A lot of people. Oh, the camera's jumping around so much. Oh, I can't say anybody's name. Christmas Story, that was a good one. Okay. Never have I ever hit a home run playing baseball. Have you ever hit a home run playing baseball? Ferdinand has.
Real quick.
Already across
Okay.
the thing.
And pretend you are an actor.
Never have I ever been tied up. Have you ever been tied up? Step forward. Jamesy has. Ferdinand has. Ravenpup has. Ravenpup needs to friend us because we need to be his friend, her friend, their friend.
Beautiful.
Never have I ever hit a home run outside of a baseball game.
These
That was
pictures
the third
now, we
place.
got about 2,000 pictures that are going to rotate on this wall here now.
All right. Thank you, everyone who played.
Yeah.
Everyone who has passed forward, you are winners. And if you didn't pass forward,
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
How mean.
Wow.
That's King Wilder's.
Skittles.
Is Oni doing an after show?
is Oni doing an after show?
Yes,
Good
I am.
question. And the answer is yes.
Yay.
So you guys hang out in the Chaos Lounge because the party's not over. 10 o'clock, pants off. Oni Canoe's gonna show you a good time.
It's Friday.
And if you are at home and you're not able to be in the Chaos Lounge, then please join us on Discord because we have a coffee shop chat call going immediately after the show is over. Looking for all of our friends to join us, and please join us on Discord. We have lots of fun. Also, like us on YouTube. We have a whopping 200 followers. Can you believe it? 200 whole
209.
followers. 209 people following us on YouTube. We're blowing up the internet. We've only been on the internet for
23
freaking
years.
23 years. And we got over 200 people watching us on YouTube. But we're new. We're new and we're old at the same
Well, yeah.
time.
Oh, so I was going to mention with the controller.
Yeah.
It was a PlayStation 2 controller, and when it first cracked, I decided duct tape. So I wrapped the whole thing in duct tape and just X'd out where the buttons would go for the holes and such like that. After a few years, I think like 3 or 4 years, I decided to unravel it.
Excuse me.
And the whole thing just crumbled apart.
Oof.
And it was held together perfectly with duct tape, and I didn't even know it was that broken until I took the duct tape off and it just crumbled. So, duct tape, strong.
Good.
Well, I really want to thank KP, Fuma, Toxie, and Dammit for being with me yesterday. I had a really good time going to the Comic-Con, and it was a blast. We went out to breakfast in the morning at Cracker Barrel. Then we hung out and had some lunch and just kind of chilled, and it was a really awesome afternoon. So, thank you so much, and thank you, Fuma, for driving as
He's a prince, isn't he?
as we drove him crazy, and he drove us to Tampa.
He's a prince.
Isn't he a prince? Nicest guy
Fuma
ever.
is amazing.
He wins. He wins all the awards.
And if you look at him right now, he's blushing right now because you said that.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Like, I remember he actually got me in Boots and I think one other person when we had back in December. He picked us up from the airport all the way down over.
Oh, that's cool.
He's awesome.
Oh, wow. That's cool that we get the logo right there. Oh, and we're actually getting business cards made up.
By the Fox.
Oh, finally?
Finally getting business cards made up. We put it in the chat to show you which one is going to be made up.
Okay.
So there you go. 918 episodes. All right, Cy Sable and Vinson Mink, you are fantastic. Thanks so much for coming into the show tonight. Also, thank you very much, Shy Matsy, for doing that little presentation on Disney 100 years. Rocket T Coyote sending in videos. Everyone who sent in a video, everyone who played the games tonight. Really cool. And thanks for everyone who donated some bits. You don't have to, but we appreciate it. We love you just the same. Anything you want to say, Oni, before we sign off?
Y'all amazing and beautiful.
Beautiful, amazing. Mr. Ezra, KP?
Yes?
What would you like to share? Anything you want to say to our friends before we leave?
I just want to say, all of you guys keep being awesome and cherish every single moment of every single day because you'll never get it back again.
True. Toxie, what about you? What you got for the friends out there?
Join our Discord today. We'll have fun, talk and chat, watch movies, all kinds of things.
That's right. We do have a movie night coming up this week, don't we?
Yes.
Cool. And Yappy Fox, anything you want to say to our friends?
No.
Never waste a moment. Kick the fart.
Nope. Also, thank you very much, Campion, for being our security guard out there. Fuma as well. Jake Wolf for being our archivist. And Simba, who we had on last week. And JR, thanks for stopping by as well. I don't know if you're still out there or not. You've called it a night. But please join us next week. And again, please join our Discord. Good night, everybody. See you in the coffee shop chat.